Think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cat.
What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and welcome to the Colosseum. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Plan to have a fun night tonight. Don't worry, we don't have any word salad tonight. I've already covered her latest interview. She did another speech. I'm not covering that because, well, it would just be covering how can I say this? It would just be covering more word salad with Hidden Valley Ranch. And no, I don't feel like doing that tonight. Unless I don't have to. What's going on, Detroit 313? But like I said, I hope everybody's doing all right tonight. I hope Detroit 313 is feeling better. Apparently, Kamala Harris has gone to the border after about 3.5 years of saying she's going to go to the border. Wow. Ironically, about a little less than 40 days before the election, she goes to the border. And apparently, we're supposed to be impressed. She also said that she was always the last person in the room Joe Biden asked for advice for during the last 4 years. And believe it or not, that makes sense. That explains the clusterfuck that we've called the Biden administration. Oh, okay. Okay. But as I was saying, okay, that was a miscommunication. Okay. But as I was saying, uh, Kamala Harris went to the border. And apparently we're supposed to be impressed. Why, I don't know. But, it's supposed to make her look strong. She can't handle a simple interview. But you want this woman negotiating with Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. Yeah, that's what I said. We're supposed to be impressed because, But yeah, we're supposed to be impressed because she went to the border. Apparently, voters at the borders weren't impressed either. Oh, oops. Oh, and another funny thing. They asked this little boy, "What's the first word comes to your mind when you think about Kamala Harris?" You know what the little boy said? Liar. Go figure. Coming to the stage, we have the Snowman.
Good evening, AB. How are you?
One day at a time.
Yeah, I am.
Don't worry, I don't plan to do any word salad tonight. She did a speech. She did a couple other interviews. I ain't covering that shit, man. It's the same.
Look,
it runs
for
together.
once, for it's like you just said it a moment. It all runs together. Okay,
I was born in the middle class family. Yada yada yada.
she's saying the same
At,
damn things.
when I was a teen, my mother was not able to afford a house when I was a teenager. Yada yada yada.
I've been in for most of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in bed because my wife like hurt her ankle.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've been doing some running, making sure she's okay. I haven't watched a lick of college football.
Oh, really?
And this is one of the few times I don't care to watch college football because I'm worried about Jody.
Understandable. Let's see.
I am I am worried about Jody more than anything else.
Let's see. The LSU won. Ohio State won. That's to be
Okay, no
expected.
surprise.
I'm a Buckeye fan, by the way.
I can deal with that.
I'm just honest about the situation. I have no choice because let's face it, with the exception of maybe Notre Dame,
Mhm.
ain't no other Indiana team getting to the national championship.
And there is no lie to be found in that sentence.
And speaking of which, Notre Dame won. Texas A&M won.
Okay.
USC won. Oklahoma won. Did Colorado play today?
I believe they played UCF, University of Central Florida.
Interesting.
I believe they played
Uh,
University of Central Florida.
interesting.
Look, I'm telling you, this is one of the few Saturdays where me and college football were in a divorce day, and
Well, I definitely got
that's
something.
because I was taking care of Jody.
Yeah, well, I definitely got something for you that you're gonna probably cover on Monday. Right now, Georgia's getting whooped by Alabama.
You know what? I'm not the least bit surprised. I'm not surprised because this is a dress rehearsal as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
This is a I believe this is a dress rehearsal.
Yep. Michigan won, so I'm sure Dr. Dunbar's happy.
And he's in the chat right now.
Oh, salute, Doc.
Salute to you, Doc.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the score. Yeah, I was looking at the scores. But yeah, Georgia's getting whooped by Alabama right now, which is ironic considering Nick Saban left. Hey.
No, it's not. It's not ironic. It's Alabama.
Well.
It's Alabama.
Crimson Tide, huh? Gee, I wonder why they're called the Crimson. Let me shut up.
Exactly. It's
Gee, I wonder why
Alabama.
they have that name, the Crimson. Why would it be
Hmm.
called the Crimson?
Exactly.
Does it have something to do with? Lynching? Let me shut up.
Uh-huh.
Wink, wink.
And what state? What
Ala-
state do they play in?
Alabama.
Case rested. Case rested.
Boise State.
I was even I for the second year in a row, I thought I would have a chance to call the Circle City Classic.
Oh, that's right. That was this today. I think.
It was today.
Mm-hmm.
It was today. I put my credentials, and I told myself last year I would
Mm-hmm.
not put my credential request in, but I said, you know what? We're going to be here a little while longer. I want to take one final shot at the Circle City Classic.
Right.
I heard nothing from the Chicago Football Classic. Nothing.
Oh, really?
I mean, I sent my credential request in way back in July, mid-July, when I found out the teams who were going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I mean, HBCU Go didn't even get back to me. Well, they got back to me saying, we're going to forward your email to the people that are in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Lying niggers.
But we are going to have a little fun today.
I need some fun. I need to laugh.
Everybody's everybody's favorite bed wench, Candace Owens, has allegedly said that Kamala Harris is
that bad wench.
yeah, Kamala Harris isn't black. Now, let me just say for the record, despite the fact that Candace Owens is a bed wench, she's sharp and should not be underestimated.
And she spoke the truth. What's the problem?
She's not a dumb woman. You cannot call that. She is not a dumb woman. I've seen her take out conservative. If she can take out conservative men, you know that ain't nobody to play with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, she said the truth. What's the problem?
Well, the big story is apparently Kamala Harris lied about her grandmother on her father's side. That's the big story.
Oh no.
That's what everybody's running around talking about. I'm
Okay.
trying to wait for more to come out because
Yeah.
I'm sure they're watching it. I'm not trying to misinform anybody, but
Not the old demon of misinformation type of thing.
but yeah, that's the story that Kamala Harris's grandmother died before she was born, allegedly.
I'll wait.
So yeah, it's an interesting story. We'll see how it plays out, but
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't do college football this week, huh?
You know what? I got started with an idea at about 3:30 today, but then I heard my wife crying.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
I heard my wife crying. She was extremely hungry. She was in a whole lot of pain, and it threw me.
Understandable.
I hate seeing my wife cry. And I hate hearing it, and I hate seeing it.
Yep.
I mean, she picked at me because I was being foolish with my pride, because she wanted me to get her some lunch, and I didn't have enough to get anything for her, and she said, "You silly man. Don't let your pride," she basically said, "Don't let your pride get in the way. Just tell me." Y'all who have listened to Diary of a Mad Snowman, you know what the struggle I'm going through is.
Mm-hmm.
It just hurt, man. It just hurt.
Yeah. Yep. So if I'm not mistaken, the WNBA is in their playoffs now.
Yeah.
And I see the Fever been kicked out, so whatever. But
yeah, they lost in 2 games to Connecticut.
Okay.
So
did the Sky
officially,
even make the playoffs?
Hell no. And they fired Teresa Witherspoon.
Yeah, I heard they fired somebody. Yeah, peace, good brother Art Newstall.
What's up, Art Newstall?
So so the Skippy model didn't make the playoffs, huh?
Did you really expect them to make the playoffs?
No, but interesting enough, apparently she's come out and said that she's single now and she's looking for somebody that's over 6'7". It's at least 6'7" and plays in the NBA. Okay, whatever.
I'll repeat a question I've often asked. Why are we surprised?
Yeah.
Why are we surprised?
Maybe
Hell, she had someone at LSU and dumped him.
Oh wow. Okay. Maybe PJ Washington will take her. I'm just saying.
If Pete, shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian.
Hey, he took Brittany.
Not even Jody would back me on what I'm about to say next.
Uh-oh.
Shut up, Brian. It's too easy. If Jody would look me in the eye and tell me it's too easy.
Mister, it's too easy. I can see it now.
And you know what? She'd say it just like that.
Mister, it's too easy. I can hear it now. Yep. But to be fair to Angel, there's enough simps in it. There's probably a simp that'll take her in the NBA, and in fairness to her, so
You want to pluralize that word?
there might be there's simps that'll take
That's
her in the
what I'm looking
NBA.
for. You need to pluralize the fuck out of that
There are enough
word.
simps in the NBA that'll take her. So hey, I don't blame. So take what she can get. I don't blame her. She's cute enough. So whatever.
You know what?
Notice I said cute enough.
Shut up, Brian.
I didn't
You
say she would be
I know.
beautiful
I
mate.
know. Listen, I know what you said. I heard what you said. I comprehended what you said. And it's all true.
Mm-hmm.
Every bit of it's true. I just had some extra thoughts,
Oh well.
which start with what goes down to her ass.
Yeah. Yeah. If she was smart, she would have covered up. But I typed in her
Repeating my
name.
statement.
I typed in her name. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, baby. I did. Yeah, it looked cute, but I didn't need to see all that. You should have saved that for your husband. But whatever.
The jealousy continues.
Oh yeah, they sure do hate Caitlyn. Bless her heart.
To the point where there are rumors saying Caitlyn wants to leave, and I ain't buying it.
Where would she go? They better pray she don't go to Ice Cube's league because then it go put Ice Cube's league on league on the mat.
Yep. 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 What are my entire thoughts on Angel Reese All-Star? Considering the subject matter tonight, I will back up and say,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. To whomever joins my Patreon either tonight or tomorrow, I'll unleash that in full on Patreon on Monday.
Bless her heart. Oh, I forgot. I got to show you this one that I put on TikTok.
Let's see it.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's I made this little TikTok on actually did this is all BGS's fault. I did this TikTok on a dare.
No.
I did this TikTok on a dare and
On a dare? Oh no. This I gotta see. Oh fuck.
For those of you who've been living under a rock, this is the world-renowned simp, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson.
You an asshole.
And if for those of you who don't know who that lady is, that is Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Now, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson implied that Congresswoman Nancy Mace, was a racist. Hold on, wait a minute. That's not even the funny part. He implied she was a racist before he took this picture. Before he begged her to take this picture. And to Nancy Mace's credit, she literally pulled the Miss Ann card and put Dr. Michael Eric Dyson on blast on the Congress floor by showing her text messages. And actually, believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, I still have them. Let's see. Yep. There you go. Shh. This is Michael Eric Dyson. Shh. Don't tell anybody. We look good together. Now, bear in mind, Michael Eric Dyson is
See
married.
to believe.
But
Michael Eric Dyson's married. Oops.
This you gotta see to believe.
Well, you're gorgeous. Make the photos. So there's that.
What the hell's going on out here?
But yeah, Michael Eric Dyson has been is now known as the it's now on the congressional record that Michael Eric Dyson is a simp. Go figure. But remember that simp soliloquy that he did a while back?
yes.
Well,
Oh no. What did you do?
For little girls, for aunties, for grandmothers, for wives, for partners, for lovers, for teachers, ditch diggers, engineers, around the way girls, to presidential candidates. We black men who have too often failed you, who have too often not said the right thing at the right time, who have been vulnerable to the claim that we have forgotten what you have done for us, the magnificence of your service to our people, the beauty and power of your spirit at times when we flagged. We remember all the remarkable things you have done and beg your forgiveness for us not standing up for you when times were tough, or when no one else was in the room to defend you, to assert the legitimacy and validity of your personhood. Please forgive us. But no more will that occur. And so the other night, Keith Boykin and I were on CNN trying to be respectful to the congresswoman who insisted upon misnaming, mispronouncing Kamala Harris. Do you call Melania? Do you call Ivanka Ivan?
you know what? To Nancy Mace and Eric Dyson's credit, it makes it easier to sit through the soliloquy because the picture. What's that old saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Then call Kamala. Then call Vice President Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. And soon, we pray and hope and work that you will call her President Kamala Harris. So this is a note to put on notice anybody who would come for us, who would try to stain the reputation or besmirch the character of black women, not only the Kamala Harrises of the world, but the Shaniquas and the Jackies.
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
the Renees and whoever else a black woman happens to be, and whatever else her name.
I got 18 watching.
Stay off the weed.
I got 18 watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit the Super Chat, support the show. Are you not entertained?
And for the time being, the snowman tax is in effect because I'm throwing the sounds all the way out there.
We will stand tall for them. Not you unprincipled harridans. You people who assault.
Oh, he's standing tall, all right, as you can see. He's standing very tall.
The legitimacy of our black womanhood. More than 20 years ago, in 2003, I wrote a book called Why I Love Black Women.
Excuse me. I mean, he wrote what?
He wrote a book on why he loves black women.
Repeating my sound. Huh? No.
It wasn't a thing. It wasn't
Michaels?
black women magic. It wasn't black boy joy. This was before there was a trend. So I've been doing this. I've been on the front line.
Stop.
Yeah.
In the immortal words of Al Michaels. He did what? That's it, and that's all. He did what?
Yeah.
Of defending black women. I have been on the front line of saying that despite our imperfections as Black men, despite the ways I have personally hurt or harmed any human being who happens to be a Black woman on this earth, despite all of that, what I have always understood is the principled deference to their power and their spirit, and the principled defense of their humanity in the face of unprincipled assault. And so this is just a reminder that we will continue to stand as Black men for Black women. We will continue to have your backs. We will continue to uplift you. We will not allow a woman like Congresswoman Nancy Mace. I didn't call her Nancy Machi. I didn't call her out of her name. I insisted that she was a wonderful woman. She proved otherwise in her behavior. And then she immediately, in a reactionary fashion, suggested, "Oh, you're calling me a racist." I did not. But if Buddha cap fit, wear it. If that's what you pretend not to be, then don't do it. Racists are who racists do. So the reality is, my sister Nancy Mace.
Ooh.
All-Star,
Really?
I'll answer your question.
Yes.
Yes.
That you must come to an understanding that you don't get the right
Matter of fact,
to call
All-Star
women
G,
what
if he
you
hasn't
want
been
to
a
call
simp
them,
the
especially as
entire
a white
time, I got a
woman.
head full of hair.
Do you not understand the history of white supremacy, where white women were able to call Black women anything they wanted to, not to have to know their names? So Becky, Barbie, Karen, please understand that we will no longer silently be complicit in the erosion of the integrity, in the assault upon the beauty of our sisters. We love all the women of the world, but on this day, we unapologetically uplift the virtue, the vitality, the viability, and especially the visibility of Black women. Let me show you what I'll do to protect this. Shoot at you people like movie directors. Love you, Black women. Just do.
Let's see. How do I attack this? First of all, I start with this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Then I go to this.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Then I go to this.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Incorporate the master teacher.
Now that is some bullshit.
And of course, the song of the simp spiritual.
Use a troll. Troll. Use a troll. Troll. Use a troll. I said that use a troll.
Yeah, he's always been a simp, and he keeps proving it. I mean, what else do you want me to say about him?
He's a big simp now. Don't. Simp burger.
Well. Since you mentioned the simp burger, that reminds me.
Yes, sir.
Since you mentioned the simp burger, this episode of the Colosseum has been brought to you by
Sassy Sweet Rollin' Boat Blue Sauce. Now with extra sassy blue juice. That's Sweet Sassy Rollin' Boat Blue Sauce.
And don't forget your Rolly Pigs are now half off.
For today, tomorrow, and Monday only, your Rolly Pigs are not only half off, but if you buy them before 5 p.m., which would be close of business, they will be 75% off at checkout. Just make sure they stay in the basket long enough.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm sitting there dying looking at this. Can I order 1,000 bottles of Sips?
Yes.
Y'all some assholes.
Oh, let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Wait a minute. I'm looking for something. Let me see if I can.
As I played a moment ago.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
No, you can't. Yeah, I hope you feel better, man.
Max.
Oh, let me play this one. This one's hilarious.
Oh no.
Waiting for
No.
it to load here. Now, file this under I'm independent.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I played this. I actually played this one on BGS's stream on Thursday after you got off.
Oh shit.
I'm currently held hostage in my bedroom because yesterday I went to the store to buy all this stuff, and then I caught him. He's in the kitchen, and half his body is on the sticky trap, and the other half of his body is wedged under the fridge. So I took another sticky trap, put it on top of him like a mouse sandwich, and I'm trying to pull him out with a stick, and his body is stuck, and he's squealing, and this is why women need men. Can somebody come with me to go try to get him out?
Hell no. To the no, no, no.
Oh,
Hell to the no.
wait! I thought they were independent. I thought they didn't need no mans.
I thought so too.
I thought they was independent. They didn't need us. What's going on, neighbor?
First of all, what is this?
From the beginning, AB.
All right, I'll play it from the beginning.
I'm currently held hostage in my bedroom
Now listen to the reason, neighbor.
because yesterday I went to the store to buy all this stuff, and then I caught him. He's in the kitchen, and half his body is on the sticky trap, and the other half of his body is wedged under the fridge. So I took another sticky trap, put it on top of him like a mouse sandwich, and I'm trying to pull him out with a stick, and his body is stuck, and he's squealing, and this is why women need men. Can somebody come with me to go try to get him out? Please, God. Please, God. Please, God.
HELL no.
No. Bishop Bullwinkle? Bishop Bullwinkle? Sorry. Bishop Bullwinkle?
His body. Oh God, everything is oh God.
Hell no. To the no.
To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no.
Please.
Listen.
But wait, I thought they were independent. They don't need no mans, right?
I should have never gave you that sound effect, snowman. But then again. But wait
Does
a minute.
it not fit?
It does fit, but then again, oh wait, what if it were cockroaches? Or what if it were tarantulas?
But neighbor, they independent. They don't need no mans.
Motherfucker. First of all, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was, because I've done my military service and whatnot, and I remember there was a situation where we had to get rid of the carcass of a dead donkey because the donkey had wandered, one of the, a donkey had wandered off and just, ate some bread, and next thing you know, it died because its intestines were inflated or whatnot. So we're trying to bury this motherfucker, and it took us a while to deal with that shit. And it was a bunch of grown, most of us were like 18, 19-year-olds, although I was like 16 at the time. But I've seen dead carcasses, had to deal with bugs and whatnot.
In there.
I've had to help people slaughter sheep. I've had to help slaughter goats at one time. Hold a chicken to be slaughtered.
For God's sakes, I hit a fucking deer
by accident.
I hit a deer. I've seen that deer. My wife raises rabbits. Okay. So
I've seen. So you bugging about a mouse? I remember, like, was it? I remember one of my neighbors came by to help us, take care of some things, and they caught some mice that were living in the place, in my grandma's old place, and they got rid of it. And they were like, my mom freaked out when she saw it. I understand. It was like in the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, where the mammy just jumps up.
Yep.
Ah, a mouse! Thomas!
Thomas! Yep.
That wasn't my mom, but just some women just know better than that shit. And by the way, that if y'all checked out Basis show earlier this morning, we were talking about that, the Tom and Jerry cartoons and about the mammy.
Yes.
Don't you think she was modeled after Hattie McDaniel's
yes.
portrayal of Mammy?
Yes. Yes.
It is what it is, but
too easy.
But
a party at my house? Excuse
me. Thomas.
Where's the cat when you bitch, don't you have a cat? Bitch, don't you have a cat? But then again, that cat's probably lazy.
Gentlemen, we have Dr. Dunbar in the building.
Dr. Dunbar.
All right.
Dr. Goodbar. Straight out of.
All right. Yeah, AB, I'm driving, man. That's why I had to come up when you did that mouse thing. That was hilarious. But when you okay, so I'm a scientist, so I have worked with mice and I have worked on mice. I've dissected mice, harvested their organs, did all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But when you are alone in your spot, and all of a sudden you see something black darting across your counter, it does make and you don't expect it. It does make your heart jump.
Yes,
but
yes, that
it does make your heart jump. And you're like, whoa! You think you're alone in your spot, and all of a sudden this thing is there, and so I'll give her that. But I mean, you got it on the glue trap, so just pull it out and get rid of it.
Just get rid of it
and sweep it up and throw them in the trash can
and do something with it.
And if he's
that cartoon that I referred,
then really throw him in the trash can because he's gonna start to stink.
But that cartoon I referred to a moment ago, it's called Saturday Evening Puss, where hello, yes, this is the Lucky 7 Saturday Night Bridge Club. Who? This is her. A party at my house? Excuse me. I was watching that earlier today.
Man.
Cat's in there having a jam session and she shows up.
Now, I gotta talk about this evil heifer.
What the hell is this on my screen?
What the hell is that on her head?
This is the evil heifer that lied on your grandfather, talking about how your grandfather used to essay your grandmothers.
Excuse me, bitch.
There ain't enough. There ain't enough super kicks in the world for me to go to jail over this. Bleep, bleep, blank, blank, bleep.
Yeah, but I just want you guys to listen to this so-called logic. Did I mention she's a school teacher?
That so many of you single mothers had children by these perfect men, like these high-value men making 6 to 7 figures, and they're fighting you trying to get custody of the children. They are fighting you trying to pay child support. I mean, your daughter's graduating from college and he wants to get her a car, but you just won't let him. You see, this is what he and his side of the family, they're telling your children. That's what they're filling their heads with. And so you're the one who stayed. You didn't ruin the family. You know, you didn't lie and deceive and cheat and then abandon the kids. They're there with you and you're struggling trying to take care of them by yourself.
Say that to
And
my
he's just
sister, you
reading
dumb
off into
heifer.
the sunset. You know, don't they always go and get another woman that they fool into thinking that she won't let him see his kids. And then she is set on showing him that she's a better woman than you. Here's what y'all need to do. Get them kids to their daddy.
Yeah,
Now she
because
thinks
we
she
actually
owning
do a
us,
better job, you dumb heifer.
now she thinks she owning us, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's a good thing. What are you doing?
Give them to him. Give them to
And you can tell she thinks she owning us. Just keep listening to
I
her.
don't want to get my child up. Okay, but you want to be homeless with them. You want to be sleeping in cars. You want to be working all night long
Okay, whose fault is that? She's an adult.
with your teenage daughter being picked up at your house by a 30-year-old man because you're not there to watch him. And then he's sitting at home.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait.
Time out.
I missed that. Wait a minute.
Was there a memo that I missed?
Your daughter getting picked up by a 30-year-old man.
Wait. Hold on, sir. What state are they in, and how old is the daughter again?
13.
What state are they in?
I don't know. I don't know where this heifer's at.
Either way, that's she's basically aiding and abetting in a crime, a couple of crimes, don't you think? Letting a 13-year-old be approached by a because last time I checked, in certain states, the minimum age of consent, in certain places is as low as 16. In certain states, not 13.
With the new woman and they new baby and they nesting and they at home every night. They can watch your daughter. I don't trust him, but you trusted him enough to have a child by him. You know, your daughter and son are walking around looking upside your head thinking that he's a better parent than you are. And they want to go stay with him, but you just won't let him. Let him go. Like I would tell you, this is just playing out in real time. In my life, people that I know. And they're going to see this. Mama struggling with the kids. Dad ups and leaves and says he's going to help pay the bills, but then he don't pay nothing. He just go get with somebody.
Why is that his responsibility? He's not with the woman anymore. Why is that his responsibility?
Alexa, play Miss Jackson by Outkast.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh,
No. But remember what Big Boy said in the first verse. I want that lady to understand that this baby is her grandchild, it's not a paycheck, but a grandchild. Medical bills, private school, daycare, bitch, I pay that. TK Kirkland says he's not on child support. Why? Because he provides whatever his kid needs. His lady, she got to take care of her own shit because you live in a house.
Shit too.
She takes care of her shit and responsibility of the kid. But whatever whatever the child needs, she lets him know, and he takes care of it. That's all it should be, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, let's continue.
That's the point.
Somebody else to start having more kids. So the kids are sitting there thinking, well, mom won't let us go. Dad just really wants us, and she won't. And then she let him go. Now, this is what's so amazing to me. How is it that a man that doesn't pay child support, don't give a dime whenever the mother has the kids? I mean, not a dime. Don't look and pay a light bill if there's an eviction notice, not thinking that the kid, for me, it doesn't make any sense. You don't, the man, no, you don't want, and your woman, y'all got new children. You know that you don't want the original set of kids, the real kids. You know you don't want them living there with you, but you see the mother struggling and you won't give her a goddamn dime to keep a roof over her and your kids' heads so that you don't.
She's an adult.
Out of my house, out of my responsibility.
Children got sent to go live there. And this is what I can't understand, y'all. Because here's what a lot of your kids are going to find out is that their daddies ain't shit. And
that's your thinking, you stupid heifer.
The
Sorry.
kids go to live with the dad who wouldn't even give the mom money to buy groceries. And now is
As you.
Once again, why is that his responsibility? She's an adult.
requiring the kids that have their little teeny bopper jobs to pay him child support because it's so expensive.
Wait, what is she talking about? Wait, what?
What the hell?
And it's so hard to feed
double
them.
talking and trying to gaslight
How do you
us.
think that a single woman was feeding?
Like I said, she's a liar.
She ain't double
There's no
talking.
other way to put it. She's a flat out liar.
Yes, she is. She's a
Like
flat
as a
out liar.
man,
First of all,
he could
she's
go
got
out
a
and cut 2
head.
yards. He could
She's
stay
got
out all
a.
night and do security. But a woman with children.
Maybe if you can pause for a minute, please.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. My apologies for interrupting, but there's a point I need to make. Let's discuss the term child support. Support, as in you are assisting the woman in providing for this child.
Mm-hmm.
But you are basically a secondary source. She, as having sole custody, means she is primary support, the main person who is responsible for this child's well-being. Since you are out of the picture, this is out of your hands. Not in my house, not my responsibility, it should be said. How do you expect me to cover? Is the child support about you? Is about what's best for the child, or is it about you wanting to use the child to leech off of me? Is that what it is?
It's the latter, not the former.
Exactly.
It's the latter. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Hell, in the form of my sister, lived with it while my parents were still alive.
God damn.
Yeah,
I feel your frustrations,
Children
Snowman.
can't do
I mean,
that.
especially
Because one is not safe for us. And second of all, you have children. And you can't just leave them with anybody and just on the just lay of the land. So let them kids go stay with
Oh, did I mention she's a teacher?
their dad. And they
Since
might be surprised to find out that you're not the villain.
Yes,
What?
you are.
Not Kamala. Kamala.
So we used to play this game in 3rd grade where the teacher would give us a noun and we had to supplement it with adjectives. And since you were kind enough to help everyone pronounce her name, I truly felt obligated to lend a helping hand and give some descriptive adjectives. BLM bail bondsman, democratic disaster, liberal lunatic, home-wrecking hyena, senior citizen semen specialist, pontificating politician.
I got beans, greens, but
Oh, this one's hilarious.
Wait. Should we save that for November? No, we should save this for November. It's Thanksgiving season and type of thing, you know?
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, raw, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, rat.
I got beans and bologna.
Okay. By the way, before we continue,
Oh my gosh.
if you give the children to the father, especially if he has a woman in the house, I'm sure. First of all, we have to work. There is one thing you have to consider. I mean, in certain cases, the stepmother can sometimes be abusive.
Yeah,
there has been cases of that. We have to admit that. By acknowledging that, we take the bullets out of the argument for the opposition. But more importantly, I remember some research. I remember there was some research done in the UK. It's mentioned in the documentary I've mentioned called The Biology of Dads. It's been proven that, even though not extensive, it's been proven that single fathers are better parents than single mothers. Because here's what single fathers teach these children.
Discipline.
Not just discipline, structure, independence.
Yeah, true
Single
independence.
mother, true independence. Single mothers, what do they teach their children? Codependency.
Mm-hmm.
Parasitism of sorts in some cases. But don't get me wrong, there's some women out there who are actually good parents as single mothers. They're good parents, but they understand they can't do it on their own, especially if you got relatives who can help out. But the problem is like we say, children are more likely to be subject to abuse in a household led by a single mother than by a single father.
Yep.
If the kids are with daddy, ain't nobody messing with the kids.
They sure don't mess with my kids when I'm around. Better not mess with.
I mean, you're 6'5", man. You intimidate a lot of people.
Yeah. Now, before I continue, y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit the super.
Oh, excuse me, forgot to get the like. Thank you for reminding me.
Hit the like button. But this right here is what I call the textbook definition of a red flag.
Oh no!
I hate men with self-respect.
Time.
Wait, hold up. Look at her
Let
face.
me hear that again.
Oh, we can play that again.
Slowly.
I hate men with self-respect. I feel like you should
You ain't shit.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Now, I'm gonna do my best number 2 impression right now. We don't have time for these kind of heifers. We don't have time for this kind of crap. Here's the reason in my title I was like, men got to move forward. We don't have time to worry about heifers like this.
Did she just
treat you however and never leave me alone? Damn. Because deep down, I do love you. I do love you. I just don't act like it.
Stop.
You want to know you?
Stop. Hold on a second. In the words of Patrice O'Neal, you could talk. I'll let you hear you go about nothing. But you look at this woman, her face and everything. Clearly, she does not know what it means to be in a happy, healthy relationship. She exhibits the telltale signs of somebody who is addicted to drama. She likes dysfunctional relationship. Yes, and for her to say something like that is to bait somebody. Is to trigger us. That's why she said, "I hate men who have self-respect." That's just to trigger us.
Do you know how many times Jody and I could pick at each other all day? There are two very functional things that come out of that. One, we're both laughing. And B, we respect each other enough to know when it hurts or when it starts to hurt.
Ooh.
If we catch
you guys
each
know
other,
respect each other's boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I catch her on a bad day and she knows most of my jokes, she knows most of the voices I do. But if I catch her on the wrong day and I say it, I'm stopping. And she does the same for me.
What up, Lewis? Simplify, do or die, nigga. Hey, Julesy.
She does.
Hey, y'all come on up. It's kind of lonely up here with the three of us.
She does.
Know your worth.
She does the same for me.
You know what? I'm not fucking with this bitch no more. That's lame. That's corny.
What is that?
What about my feelings?
What the fuck is that?
What about your feelings?
What
Fuck
is
your
that?
feelings.
What
Fuck your
I want to
feelings.
be with you. I just don't want to treat you right.
What
Oh.
is that? What the fuck
And
is
just
Okay,
because
there's
of that,
the door.
you're gonna leave me alone.
There's the door,
crazy to
bitch.
me.
Walk through it.
Huh.
Don't let it hit you in your asshole on the way out.
AB, I'm sorry, man. You know,
One thing I noticed is that
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, you notice the way she talks and everything. I want to be with you, but I don't want to be. She is not just a red flag. She's telling you what she is.
Yep.
She is like that tapeworm that is stuck in your intestines. This woman is like a leech who won't let go. And ooh, this woman is this is not a very attractive face. I'm sorry.
What
She looks
in
like
the
Oh no!
Beetlejuice.
Oh no! Oh no!
blue hell?
Oh no! Oh no! That's not even the funny part. The funny part is what she says. Now,
What in the blue
Look like
hell?
Beetlejuice just
hold on.
transitioned.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. No. No. Listen to what she says though. And well, you're going to laugh, but anyway.
Do you ever look at an ugly guy that comes up to hit on you and think, wow, it must be nice to be that delusional?
What?
You
Whoa,
can't
whoa,
make
whoa,
that.
whoa.
Do you ever look at an
Repeat.
ugly guy that comes up to hit on you and think, wow, it must be nice to be that delusional?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I once crossed paths with a woman who was really dark. So dark she could damn near put fingerprints on charcoal. Lovely young lady, librarian. She had box braids, but she was fine as hell. And when I approached her and said hello, because I wasn't trying to hit on her, just said hello, just being cordial.
Yeah.
And she broke out the most genuine smile. But she didn't think I was delusional or anything like that. I was just like, hey. And delusions, bitch, please. Most people are like prone to are delusional as hell.
Do you ever
And if
look
a
at an
ugly
ugly
guy
guy that comes up to hit on you and think, wow, it must be nice to be that delusional?
And the way she looks like LeBron licking his chops after seeing the Larry O'Brien trophy, which you'll never see again. God damn it.
Is that before he puts on? Is it the before or after he puts on the lace front?
Oh,
both. Next one, please.
I just had to go there. Lace front bit.
Please, AB, please continue.
Yeah, I'm looking for what.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm looking
See,
for it.
with that last one, Paul Allen. Goodbye, baby. That's what I'm seeing.
I was thinking more like Chris Bass, you know.
Oh no, I got a fun one. Y'all hit the catch up and support the show for this next one. This is a
what the hell? Oh Lord!
This is the pop the
oh
show.
Boy, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let her rip.
And all these heifers about to feel dumb as hell. But
Let her rip.
Let's continue.
What? Hello, welcome in. What? Come on a little closer. Come on in. Don't be scared.
My bro didn't even
What's your
step in the
name?
frame.
Now listen to what this brother does. And also, don't nobody say shit.
Now see now that's more like it. I like the enthusiasm. Now never forget, we're not gonna lose our enthusiasm, right, AB? You
All
just
right.
never forget. I love you too. And by the way, Snowman,
yes, sir.
Alabama just picked them off. It's over. Number 4 beats number 2. Georgia's out of there. We'll see Georgia next week. Number 1 will, but they won't be number 2.
They won't. They sure won't. I didn't even, AB, like it was like AB, like AL. I didn't even watch college football most of the day nor the evening because I was taking care of my wife. She has a bum ankle, and I was doing some running around for her today.
Ooh, how's she doing?
She X-rays came back negative.
Okay, she's 5'3", you know.
Yeah, X-rays came back negative, and also to catch AL up on what I said before, I had started to do something earlier today, but then my wife started crying in agony because she was hurting, and that kind of separated me from college football today.
Well, before I shut up, just know this. Dion and the Buffaloes need to be ranked in the top 25 come tomorrow. They're 4-1 now. They're 4-1.
Yeah, I saw the score.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, let's continue.
My name
What
is
does he say?
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
Bro, y'all got to get a man some time to step in the frame.
I actually am on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh,
But this man is successful.
Yeah,
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old.
Nice.
See, now y'all feel crazy. Y'all got to feel crazy because this man got a bag. This man is on tour with PBS?
Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I have a Airbnb that's kind of like in the lake. So I'm
And this man got an Airbnb. This man got prime real
Oh,
estate. See, y'all pop before he even got in the room, bro. Y'all judge solely off the exterior, and now you're missing out on all you got to offer.
I love to draw. And I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help.
See, you lucked up, bro. You lucked up. You say you want peace. I'm sure none of these joints gonna give you peace, bro. They not gonna give you peace.
Nope.
None.
before we continue,
None. Oh my God.
Hold up.
I went to the Trump rally.
Hold
That's
up. Before we
Here's the next
continue,
video.
yeah. Hold up. Before we continue, understand that this balloon pop thing is just an alternative for the women, because alternative for women, instead of going to the nightclubs, they participate in this stuff so they can have fun rejecting men. I'm sure that's not lost on everybody, but I asked the fella, I questioned the men who take part in all this shenanigans. Like, what are you hoping to accomplish?
Now this one's a little bit more educational. This lady tells the real truth about the two parties. Before I do that, let's see. Thank you for the $20 super sticker, Chef Rocka. Thank you very much. But let's play this.
Parties switching identities is a myth. In fact, the story of the two parties switching identities is a myth. In fact, it's three myths wrapped into one false narrative. Let's take a brief look at each myth in turn. Myth number one: in order to be competitive in the South, Republicans started to pander to white racists in the 1960s. Fact: Republicans actually became competitive in the South as early as 1928, when Republican Herbert Hoover won over 47% of the South's popular vote against Democrat Al Smith.
Oops.
In 1952, Republican President Dwight Eisenhower won the southern states of Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia. And in 1956, he picked up Louisiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia too. And that was after he supported the Supreme Court decision in Brown versus Board of Education that desegregated public schools, and after he sent the 101st Airborne to Little Rock Central High School to enforce integration. Myth number two: Southern Democrats, angry with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, switched parties. Fact: of the 21 Democratic senators who opposed the Civil Rights Act, just one became a Republican. The other 20 continued to be elected as Democrats or were replaced by other Democrats.
Very true.
On average, those 20 seats didn't go Republican for another 2.5 decades. Myth number three: since the implementation of the Southern strategy, the Republicans have dominated the South. Fact: Richard Nixon, the man who is often credited with creating the Southern strategy, lost the Deep South in 1968. In contrast, Democrat Jimmy Carter nearly swept the region in 1976, 12 years after the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And in 1992, over 28 years later, Democrat Bill Clinton won Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. The truth is, Republicans didn't hold a majority of Southern congressional seats until 1994.
Oh, what was the term that was used for the 1994 election? The revenge of what? What was that term called? I can't remember. Oh, right. The revenge of the angry white man. Oops.
Ooh.
Damn.
By the way, isn't Jimmy Carter from Georgia?
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly
and
white.
30 years after the Civil Rights Act, as Kevin Williamson of National Review writes, if Southern rednecks ditched the Democrats because of a civil rights law passed in 1964, it is strange that they waited until the late 1980s and early 1990s to do so. They say things move slower in the South, but not that slow. So what really happened? Why does the South now vote overwhelmingly Republican? Because the South itself has changed. Its values have changed. The racism that once defined it doesn't anymore. Its values today are conservative ones, pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-small government. And here's the proof. Southern whites are far more likely to vote for a Black conservative like Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina than a white liberal. In short, history has moved on. Like other regions of the country, the South votes values, not skin color. The myth of the Southern strategy
Okay, whatever.
is just the Democrats' excuse for losing the South, and yet another way to smear Republicans with the label racist. Don't buy it. I'm Carol Swain, professor of political science and law at Vanderbilt University for Prager University.
Wait, Prager?
Dennis
Haven't they been
Prager.
debunked plenty of times? Yeah, haven't they been debunked many a times?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find.
I'm sorry, but sometimes when I hear stuff like something from Prager, I always go like, "Uh-oh, I gotta take a huge grain of salt with that." Unless I'm wrong for that.
Yeah. The first university she said is legitimate. She graduated from this, and it's in the SEC. And Vanderbilt is a top tier school, period, point blank. And I ask anyone to dispute what she said because everything she said was factual.
I'm not disputing it.
That's what it can't be disputed. So, with that being said, there you go.
All right.
Now this next one, all I have to say about this one is, you can tell who raised this black male that's about to be in the video.
Uh-oh.
$1 without making them struggle for it. Whatever, using our fucking vocabulary. Elaborate. Struggle, adversity, whatever, trials and tribulations, whatever the fuck you want to use. Long story short, I'm not rolling the red carpet for you. So whatever word you want to use to describe that, whatever. All I'm saying is, as a parent, I'm not rolling the red carpet for you. So you be one of those parents that I went through it, so you got to go through it too. That's the parent you're gonna be. Not goddamn right. Not me. Good thing you're not a parent yet. Because that is a horrible way of thinking when it comes to raising children. Your children's gonna grow up to hate your ass. I'm telling you now. So children will grow up and resent you and hate you because you made them struggle unnecessarily. You grew up with a roof over your head. Food in your stomach.
Now, who does he sound like? Forget who does he sound like. Just looking at this black male's mannerism, who do you think raised him?
A single mother. A dysfunctional single mother.
Children need more than that. Children need more than that. And the reason, and I know you're gonna come at me for yelling, but when it comes to kids, I'm passionate about that shit because a lot of our parents fucked us up, and I don't think it's fair for us to turn around and give that to our kids. No, you're not okay.
And that's why the black community where we at now, because mentalities like that. Because there's a bunch of niggas walking around thinking exactly what he thinks, setting our children back. This idea that, oh, you got to struggle because I struggled or I went through it, so you got to, like, that is so detrimental to our children and our community as a whole. For a group of people who get on this very app and sit here and be like, oh, I'm trying to build generational wealth, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, we got to be more like the white man because they know what they doing with their business and they LLC.
Okay.
Well, look, the details for how Donald Trump is going to end the war in Ukraine is by not being.
Yeah.
First of all, just to reply to that previous clip. First of all, and this is a generational thing. Nothing against anybody, but every generation has its hangups. And yes, we all have to go through rites of passage and trials and tribulations, and we do have to learn how to struggle. But
Mhm.
sometimes our parents forget to teach us and explain to us, now listen, I have to teach you this so you can learn to overcome adversity. But they explain that to us later on when they say, well, you'll understand why I did what I did. But if you had told me then, I would have understood and probably been more willing to learn.
Mhm.
It's like when you teach your kid how to fight. You sit them down and say, first of all, I'm teaching you this so you learn how to defend yourself, but not to be a bully. Or I need you to learn how some of this stuff because you got to learn how to be tough and how to overcome certain things.
Okay.
Because the world is tough.
Okay, we can we all right, let's move on.
I'm sorry.
This one's funny.
All Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Well, don't do it, Cartman. Well, I'm warning you. Okay. I'm getting pretty sick of him calling my mom. Well, Kyle's mom's a bitch. She's a big, fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid.
Septum piercing in theory, in effect.
Yeah.
Let me say this to every single.
Remember how let me before I preface this, because you know that's roly poly.
Oh, geez.
Remember how I said on my stream on Thursday that they were overblowing this Marcellus Williams execution?
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons I said it.
Let me say this to every single black man who is watching or who is listening.
And why should we take anything you say seriously?
The 6 Supreme Court justices named by Republicans, including Clarence Thomas, who's black, all voted to allow the execution of Marcellus Williams.
And
your point is?
Let me say it
Isn't
again.
this a state issue?
The six conservative Supreme Court justices, named by Republicans, all voted to let Marcellus Williams die tonight.
And well, not only that, Namer, as I pointed out on Thursday, there was overwhelming evidence that he did that murder.
Yeah. However, what I mean is a state issue. Why did they take this to the state Supreme Court? I mean,
they did, and they rejected it.
So they went to the federal Supreme Court? All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
And now Roland Martin's trying to make us feel bad because, you know.
The 3 justices named by Democratic presidents, they voted to stop his execution. Every black man,
he got the master teacher in the building,
voting for Trump.
What's up, master teacher?
Or who is choosing to sit the election out.
Or
who is saying, hey, I can't vote for a woman. Understand, this could be you. It could be your daddy. It could be your brother. It could be your uncle. It could be your cousin.
Blah, blah, blah. He's trying to make us feel bad because they executed Marcellus Williams.
The thing is, did he do it or didn't he do it? And the thing is, he never said that he didn't do it. So
yeah, and not only that, there's more than there. Based on what I heard, there was more than enough evidence to imply he did it.
Yeah, and it would. So it wasn't about his guilt or innocence. It's whether he should have been executed or not. So
right,
and that thing's been going on since 1968. So the fact that the idea that the Supreme Court was actually going to overturn it, no, wasn't going to happen.
Not in the least.
This Marcellus this individual. Which state is it? What did this take place?
Missouri, if I'm not mistaken.
In
Missouri.
Missouri. Okay, so they
Hold on,
still
Ed.
exercise. They still have the death penalty in Missouri. All right.
Yeah, if they really, basically, if you really that much against it, you have congressmen, you got senators, and you got your state legislature. If you don't want it, get rid of it. It's a state issue. Supreme Court doesn't have to rule on it. The thing is what's in the law, and it's a state issue, so they kick it back.
Logically.
Yeah, if you don't want the death penalty and people are that much opposed to it, then
get rid of it. You
get
have
rid of it.
Talk to your state legislators.
The pieces are in place with each state to get rid of it.
State, it's the easiest place to get rid of it is the state.
Well, they don't. That's not the real issue. People want to tell the truth about is they're not. They are not against the death penalty. The issue is people feel some type of way when they think it's being applied in a racialized way, and I understand that, but it's kind of one of those things where, and people don't want to be honest about that. That's why they don't want to say nothing, or they want to put it to the Supreme Court. So you're right. Black men. I mean, most black men are not against the death. I mean, even we're not, and we get fucked over with it. I think more than anybody else.
Not really. I mean, more white boys get executed than we do. So. Yeah,
well, I mean, like as far as unjustified execution.
Yeah, well, you do.
I'm just saying that just to say, even with that fact, we still are not against the death penalty like that. I don't think if you did a poll on the most against the death penalty, I do not think black men would be top 3 demographics on that list.
Yeah, well, this thing is always highlighted when it's a black face, but this case comes up plenty of times with a white face on it. So
so it's just usually they did it, and it brings up these feelings that people project onto the situation, and it's a fucked up situation. And when you see how like school shooters, the few of them that do live, how they're treated, it's even like the optics of it. But it's like y'all gotta get over it.
I mean, hell, you voted for the governor. If you don't like what the governor did, vote the governor out.
Yeah.
Governor could have
pretty simple
commuted the sentence to life imprisonment if you wanted to. You don't like it, then the governor is supposed to do the will of the people. Vote the governor out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I mean, is it a Democratic governor?
No, it's a Republican.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because if it's Democratic, I'm just saying stuff like that. This is where your primaries be like, look, I'm gonna show up. So just know that. Like the Republicans, it don't matter. Because white people don't.
Now, my only thing is if there was evidence that he didn't do it, then I feel some kind of way.
Yeah, but there's way too much evidence. You have to understand, they found this woman's ID, laptop, and other items in his car.
Yeah.
Damning evidence.
The thing is, though, what is the family of the woman feel? Do they feel that he should have been got life imprisonment?
From my understanding, they were going with the prosecutors that he should get life in prison.
Okay.
They were kind of against the death penalty, but on the other hand, I can still understand why the governor didn't do anything, considering he's a Republican, and
Yeah.
It's a what you gonna do about it type of thing. And it's like it technically is one issue. I mean, that's how I see it. I've been told like what the evidence is, and that's why people make a fuss about it. So I completely understand that angle of it. But it's kind of like, well, I come back to like my DGF is kind of saying it, but I come back to my original point. They don't believe we will do anything anymore. That's the thing. Like, so my thing is, if we just doing this for, now I'm not talking about, obviously we're bringing up the topic that's fine. But I mean, for people that really want to get mad about it, it's like you have to make it expensive to mess with you. And it is extremely cheap to mess with black folks. It really is. They're one of the cheapest outside of migrants that you can mess with. So that Republican didn't do nothing because he don't think you're gonna do nothing. If he believed for a second that you could inconvenience him in a really real way, he probably would give it life. Because what is it, a skin off his back? You're not less tough on crime because you did that with the evidence.
Yeah,
and Democrats think that way too, by the way.
and you gotta remember, Missouri black folks are different than most
Mhm.
other black folks. So most of the black folks in Missouri probably believe in the death penalty too.
Ed, have you seen
Oh
this?
no, I believe that. My grandfather, my family moved to Chicago from Missouri, so that's exactly where that comes from. So
Mm.
it's kind of like so that's why they not. As soon as I heard it's Missouri, they not going.
Yeah, I
went to
remember
school in
the
Missouri.
we had to write essays on the death penalty back in 1971. Man, I was in middle school,
Wow.
so this is
Oh, wow.
it's
Hey,
a very old idea, and
I
basically
believe in the death
the only reason the Supreme Court would do it if there's something funky going on with the trial and
right.
evidence and stuff like that.
If,
Then
if
they would
there's
overturn
something
it.
funky going on with the trial, then
They'll
the
they'll
Supreme
overturn it.
Court will step in.
Yeah.
Um,
Other than that, they won't.
Judge, hold on, wait a minute before we continue. Judge Joe Brown talked about this, and he was saying like, yeah, there's really not enough evidence here for them to overturn this.
No.
Yeah, you gotta stop. Yeah, my main thing with this is you gotta stop trying to. The Supreme Court is not Hail Mary, and it's not just for this. It's a lot of stuff that people be trying to send up there, black or white too. Where I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you
Yeah, I
really
mean,
expect this to get heard?
it was. I think they have, just by law, with the death penalty, if you have enough money and it gets there, they have to look at it. But most of them get rejected. That's why you
Yeah,
hear
it's
about it.
like, and so they make it a big, like
Yeah,
this big, like media
yeah.
thing, not media, but
And guess who hid evidence when somebody was going to be put to death? Okay, guess who hid evidence?
Oh.
Who?
Knee pads?
Knee
Let me
pads.
shut up.
Yes.
Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue.
Trying to tie her to this case, and if you keep trying to do that, they're gonna go back and look at her record. Okay.
Well, before you went to the video real quick, it was funny because with the Janet Jackson thing, because people was wondering, why would Janet, even if she believed that, why would she just say that? 'Cause, she's not a talker for the media in any way. Why? Even though the question was asked her about Kamala and her being black, somebody found a video of Kamala was asked about, Janet Jackson in the trial and stuff back. I don't think she was a DA, but she was ADA at the time. And she gave, to be fair to her, she gave like a textbook. Basically, the people that made the decision basically based on the evidence that they saw. So she didn't really throw Michael under the bus.
I mean,
But
what is Janet Jackson saying that everybody else is not arguing about on both sides?
oh no,
Okay?
she's not saying anything. The difference is
Exactly.
because she's Janet Jackson and she's a black woman. For
Yeah.
some reason, that makes everything just makes a lot more sense. So the people that are on the, you shouldn't be talking about this at all, regardless if you like she's black or they want her in there. They're getting all upset. So it's really, because think about it. DLU literally said, "This is DLU now." Say, "Oh, well, you got the nose of a white woman," and I'm like, "Yo, I don't think you really willing to throw yourself out the window for that?"
Evidently, he is. So he's
So
been
that's
consistent.
my point. So it's not just like social media people popping off. Like it's really fake. Like Charlamagne saying something slick. It's like y'all gotta have careers after this. But anyway, but my point is, they did another video where like they showed at the same time that trial, like the aftermath of the trial, or Donald Trump like gave this like real like impassioned, like when they asked him about Michael, saying Michael is great with children. I would leave my children with Michael.
Yeah,
Like, he went on and on for like 45 seconds. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, let's move on. All right, Ed, have you seen this?
No.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Oh boy.
I'm currently held hostage in my bedroom.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Because yesterday I went to the store to buy all this stuff. And then I caught him. He's in the kitchen. And half his body is on the sticky trap. And the other half of his body is wedged under the fridge. So I took another sticky trap, put it on top of him like a mouse sandwich. And I'm trying to pull him out with a stick. And his body is stuck and he's squealing. And this is why women need men. Can somebody come with me to go try to get him out?
Where your man at, baby?
Please, God. Please, God. Please don't.
No.
Oh, God. I can't pull him out his body. Oh God, Eric.
You know that's crazy. You know that's crazy because my mom used to literally.
Oh, I want to use the broom. Oh God, please.
Man, I remember. Why am I hearing an echo?
So why are you doing this on social media?
Yeah, that's some attention horn shit. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
there's a couple of things with this. Number one, black women, quite frankly, should be playing the fuck out of her. If for nothing else, bitch, you making us look bad. And I mean, y'all get all sensitive about what these UK brothers are saying. This is the type of shit that got you look stupid. Number one. Number two, you need to be a strong, independent woman or an adult and actually handle that. And my mom used to, God rest her soul, used to call me for shit like that. Like literally call me. And I used to be like, yo, you got other sons. Like, I don't know why you keep calling me when you got other sons, but you be doing more for them. You know, they be asking for help and stuff. But I would just say that little comment, like, come on now. Just for they just put that in the trash and put in the thing. And I used to put bleach in there to make sure that thing was dead. But yeah, so it's like they be really doing that shit. And I'm like, yeah, you better put some strong independent woman on that shit.
Now I got this will be a fun one for y'all to dissect. This is her name is original Candace Kelly. I guess she used to be a reporter or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just call her a lying ass bitch. This is the heifer that came out talking about your grandfather used to essay your grandmothers.
Okay.
I will warn BGS ahead of time. BGS, I'm going to be playing your soundbite a lot.
Okay.
Just have a question. How is it that so many of you single mothers had children by these perfect men, like these high value men making 6 to 7 figures, and they're fighting you trying to get custody of the children? They are
That is some
trying to pay child
bullshit.
support. I mean, your daughter's graduating from college and he wants to get her a car, but you just won't let him. You see, this is what he and his side of the family, they're telling your children. That's what they're filling their heads with. And so you're the one.
Oh, and she's a teacher
Who stayed. You didn't ruin the family. You know, you didn't lie and
That is
deceive and
some
cheat and then
bullshit.
abandon the kids. They're there with you and you're struggling trying to take care of them by yourself.
That is some
And he's just riding off into the sunset. You know, don't they always go and get another woman that they fool into thinking that she won't let him see his kids. And then she is set on showing him that she's a better woman than you. Here's what y'all need to do. Get them kids to their daddy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Give those kids to the father. 100%
Yeah,
agree.
but listen to her so-called logic about this.
Give it to him. Give them to him. I don't want to give my child up. Okay, but you want to be homeless with them. You want to be sleeping in cars.
Yeah, they
you
do.
want to be working all night long
Yeah.
with your teenage
Mhm.
daughter being picked up at your house by a 30-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't have a man in the house.
But the thing is, like, nobody never examined this. You know, when Yana Van Zam came close to having these types of conversations, they like black women demanded she basically. I mean, she had death threats. This is a chick that was on their side. You know, this is a chick that's on their side. It is of them. You know, so they don't want to have these conversations. And ultimately, it's kind of like, again, what BGS says. When you deal with black women, at this point, don't act like you don't know what you're dealing with. Just don't. I'm getting tired of y'all acting surprised at what y'all get, especially when y'all dealing with ADOS women. But truth be told, not ADOS women too. You know, and as far as that kind of SA stuff, let's say that is right. Let's say that Color Purple story happened the way they want to say it does. What does that have to do with millennials and Z? Like, I'm not about to pay no debt. I'm not about to pay no debt to millennial women that somebody else, when you know other generations went through. I'm not about to charge it to the take her as she is card because of some genetically like some transmitted disease she want to say she had.
Ed, I'm glad you mentioned Color Purple. And to your point, hypothetical. Let's say that was true. I just have a simple question. Is there any woman that you grew up with that you could slap like that and ask her to shave you? Any black woman?
Man, a lot of that shit was mutual combat.
Yeah.
And I literally had a stream like said that women love fight fucking. The thing that nobody likes to talk about, like I went all in on that stream, is that a lot of these chicks, if you with more than one dude that likes to hit women, hit you like that, I don't want to hear it. Like I'll give you the first one, but if you keep on, like when Kevin Samuels say, well, he was abusive. Okay, was he abusive after the first kid or before? After? Okay. So why did you have kid number 2, kid number 3? You notice that when those women used to go on Kevin, the ones that had the longest relationship was always with abusive men. The ones that they ended the relationship the fastest was with dudes that were like, you know, quote unquote boring. Interesting how that always seems to work on women that voluntarily fall. Y'all like that. And I keep saying adrenaline, when you have sex in a fight or flight mode, that is the closest thing you're going to get to having sex with drugs or having sex with somebody you really love. And it's just like how white dudes love, a lot of white dudes, right? A certain part. They like adrenaline, you know, junkie stuff. That's why they're more known for that. A lot of, and I'm not saying it's just black women, but a lot of black women, they like that, their adrenaline is pumping, fight or flight response, then you get into sex. This is why they like Tyler Perry type stuff. This is why it's a kind of a form of like having sex in the Mile High Club or in a bathroom. You know, it's a thrill. Anyway.
Yeah. But BGS, apparently Kamala went to the border. We're supposed to care because
because she actually went to the border. They've been begging her to go to the border. Now she has. So at least she finally had the guts to go to the border and actually have a photo op.
Next week, I may send you the videos. You need to find it's like a growing number of women that started to do impersonations of Kamala. And yo, that shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's one like mixed Asian black chick. That shit is funny. It really is. They got it. They got it pretty down pat. If I get in front of my get back to the house, I'll show you. Because they got her. They're like, yo, she really do sound like that.
By the way, I got 77 watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the cash app, support the show, hit the super chat, support the show. BGS tax in effect.
Let me say this to BGS. I jumped off the other night before I had a chance to tell you. Jody is injured. She messed up her ankle.
Okay, how bad?
X-rays were negative.
Okay, but the X-ray might have been negative. How bad? How bad is swelling?
I told her to stay in bed today.
Okay.
Acute sprain?
Say again.
Acute sprain.
Acute. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ed.
She's able to get to and from the restroom, but she said that's as far as she went. But she's had ice. Like I said, she's been off her feet most of the day today. I did all the running for her. And all it took to break me from my college football coverage today was to hear her crying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to put ice on and elevate it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Can you have her like one thing you can try to do is like if you can have her like, you know, lie like perpendicular with the wall with her feet against the wall. Against the
elevated higher.
That's
for both legs especially.
It's not too comfortable, but yeah.
She can only do that for. She can only do it for like a few minutes at a time, but she's
all you need to do is lay back and prop the ankle up. It doesn't matter. It's gonna take time for it to heal. So.
Yeah, just propped her feet up today, and she got up this morning and she said, I don't know what I'm gonna do today, and I said, baby, you are staying put.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? She says, I said, baby, you are staying put. You ain't getting out of this bed.
Unless you're gonna put her on crutches, that's the only other.
BGS. Apparently, the VP debates on Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Thanks, you guys.
I mean, it can't get any more interesting than it already has been. So.
No kidding.
I got Major League Baseball playoffs on Tuesday, so I'm good.
Oh,
you'll see the repeats. Don't you?
I know.
You're gonna see the clips and repeats and
I know
analysis.
and I know
Excuse me.
you and
Gesundheit.
BTS and many others in the manosphere will provide me the true updates. So that's all I need to know.
Yeah, I'll cover it.
Tim
When
Walls,
Jody
which
says to me, when Jody says to me, I want nothing to do with this election cycle, that's when the BGS and AB message is really hitting home.
Yeah, it's a mess, and it's probably
a big mess.
Mm.
It's a big mess. Well, let me get on out of here and listen from the clouds. I think Jody is asleep, but I want to be sure that she's okay. I'm going to be up running around tomorrow, making sure house is clean and the laundry gets done, and I got to make sure she gets to and from at least Monday to see if she's make sure she gets to and from tomorrow and at least Monday. And I'm about to break again. I'm sorry, you guys. This is my wife. This is my lifeblood. This is
yeah.
Hey, take care of your feet too, Snowman.
It'll be about a week before she can put some weight on it.
It just gets me whenever she's in pain, and
yeah,
I'm helping her the best way I can.
How's she twisted?
It was raining one night. And she stepped out of the truck the wrong way.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
She has a Nissan Armada, and before I could get out to help her when it was raining one night, she El Smacko. She
slipped.
Yeah, she slipped.
And she probably tried to catch herself.
Yeah,
when
she
rolled
did.
ankle. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll take about a week.
Been worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Quick question:
Is it arm or something, or dislocated
once again?
shoulder?
No.
I didn't hear the question.
No, it was raining, so she probably
it was raining,
and she probably lost traction, and then she tried to balance herself. She tried to balance herself.
Her feet went out from under her.
Yeah, she slipped on the runner. She slipped on the runner board.
Yeah.
That'll
work. Yeah.
Get her some ace bandage.
Hold on, wait a minute, Jules, wait a minute.
Yeah, he probably heard that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was raining real bad on Friday. I think we got some of that hurricane weather.
Yeah, we did, because it was windier than hell up here.
Yeah.
Down from Indy. It was windier than hell down here, and then the rain came.
Yeah.
Yeah, get well. Tell Jody we said get well soon, Snowman.
I will. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Stay safe. Hey, Snowman.
Yo.
Before you leave, hey, take care of yourself as well. If you're not
I
okay,
will.
you can't take care of her. We know you still got wound care to take care of, brother. Watch your feet.
I will. I will. Thanks, guys.
All right. Good night. Yeah. I mean, it's not easy trying to take care of your spouse when you're not completely 100% as well.
Yep. BGS. This is how people feel about the economy right now. Compared, Donald Trump compared to Kamala Harris.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, pork, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, rat.
I got beans and bologna.
Okay.
It's like T-minus what 6 weeks, 5 weeks?
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
Probably like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
5.5. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. At the end of the day, man, it's just so much propaganda get pushed out. I don't even pay attention to a lot of shit because you almost can't tell what's real and what's not. But yeah, man.
Yeah, when the press no longer is the press, that's what happens. So.
Yeah, I will say this though. I was watching. It's a couple of it's a channel I watch called Real Lore Life. They're really good. They put out videos, every once in a while, but they're really detailed. They've been talking demographics. They did a video on. They're kind of like infographics, but much better, much less bullshit. And they did one on like New York's demographical history as like a city and a state, and they went into details, like how much population they lost in COVID and why, and where they were at their peak and blah, blah, blah. And then they did another one today called like the rise of the quote unquote Axis powers. And they broke down, you know, why Iran, Russia, China, and North Korea, like the issues they have with each other, what issues they're trying to do. It really breaks a lot of stuff down.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one.
I just spent $560 at the damn grocery store. That did not include detergent, tissue paper to wipe our asses, all the miscellaneous stuff that you need, soap and everything else. If you think I give a fuck about 34 felonies, you're out your rabbit ass mind. And we're not going to even talk on how long that shit in that refrigerator is going to last. Probably not even a week. And I'm going to be right back in the fucking grocery store trying to figure it out. Come on, Trump. Uncle Dun. We need you, brother. Dumbass. I got one more thing to say. Voting for Kamala after getting rid of Joe is like shitting your pants, but changing your shirt.
Damn.
Make that shit make sense.
You got the big bag vote.
I'll wait.
I mean,
Ed, Kamala is still doing interviews trying to perfect the art of answering questions without word salad of nothingness. Trump is out there going to grocery stores paying for people's groceries. Okay, he's with the little people.
Yeah.
Doing it.
No, it's a good
doing his
optic,
due
actually.
diligence. Yeah, he's doing his due diligence. So.
Good. You know, he knows how to promote himself. By the way, Ed.
Just say it, man.
Yo, yeah, Ed. Can you switch to like a headset or something? I don't know. You come in a little loud. It's kind of like,
No.
A little too high. You know, can you bring?
I'll be at the house in a second.
No, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you're in the car? Oh, yeah, that explains it.
Yeah.
Thought he might have a headset or something might be handled, but you can't wear Bluetooth while driving, can you? It's not legal, is it?
Yeah.
I'm hearing all kind of crazy. I'm hearing all kind of crazy stuff from these polls, man. I'm hearing Kamala's up big one day, and I'm hearing Trump's up big. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna see how this stuff plays out.
That's why I don't even look at the polls. I mean, if the press is lying this much and they're one-sided, then why? That's why I don't even look at them no more, because I can't trust them. So
yeah, and one of the reasons, like I said, I brought up that at least Axis video is because one of the things that broke down in kind of civilian speak, as far as you don't really think about all the hands that the United States has their hands in as far as current hot stuff that's going on. You think about Gaza, Israel, but they don't bring up Iran all the time unless you look at that type of stuff, right? And so
they do bring up Iran all the time. It's not true.
Well, I mean,
the thing is, it's not a hot spot because they're afraid of Iran right now. But yeah, they do.
Yeah, so you don't really think about the stuff that they kind of want to get into or the stuff they already into. So it's like now you get a sense of the desperation they have to want to have this continuity of bullshit that they're trying to do. But it's real interesting. But yeah, as far as the media lying, yeah, man. They even like I said, the DL Hughley thing. It's like, yo, y'all really are getting batteries put in y'all back because y'all are doing shit. This dude literally had a tweet. DL Hughley literally had a tweet saying, "I'm glad that she didn't get past the primary. Like she didn't even flamed out." That's a real tweet he posted, and now all of a sudden you saying this. And it's like, wow, who is paying your ass? Because you do know, as black folks, when all this shit is dust is settled, they will leave y'all ass out here to hang if they don't get what they want. I don't know why y'all don't understand that. But anyway.
Speaking of which, this episode of the Colosseum Night is brought to you by Sweet Sassy Rollin' Vote Blue Juice. Now with extra sassy blue juice.
I mean, Roland Martin is like, when they're dealing with this many celebrities, Roland Martin is like irrelevant. With the level of lying they doing, Roland Martin is useful if you need to try to create this aura of you trying to do stuff the right way. But when the Rubicon they go, they don't need his services.
Where is Isaiah Whitlock? Where's Clay Davis when we need him? You know, going she.
And it's gonna be funny because if Trump ends up winning, I'm curious what the narrative the media gonna spin. Because unless people are really that fucking stupid, you know, I'm just curious as how these people gonna react. Because a lot of folks are gonna be no matter who wins, a lot of folks are gonna be crashing out. But I really do believe that if Trump wins, I think it's gonna be more folks that crash out. They may not do it. They're not gonna do it January 6th, but just a level of just bullshit.
You mean like what happened in 2016? No, sorry, 2017 when he was inaugurated? Something similar to that with the protests?
Not even that. It's just you just gonna have people like on social media. They're just oh my god, I could delete
Let's move on.
Let him run.
Yeah, now BGS. Remember the food truck lady?
The who?
The food truck lady that was complaining about the migrants buying her truck.
Yeah.
This is her now.
I agree with you. They would have sold me on Michelle Obama.
Oh, wait a minute. Who else said that?
Turn up, baby.
I think it's up as loud as it's gonna go.
All right, go ahead and play it.
But they put her in the White House as a VP, and they knew we accepted it because she was a woman. They thought they'll play in our face and try to make her president, and make her president the way they did because they knew she would never get voted in. But the problem is we can't see, a majority of us can't see that. They can't. And the more and more that comes out on this lady, people are going to recognize what they threw in our faces and what we actually accepted.
I'm voting for Donald Trump in 2024.
Abergren says she felt safer when Trump was president.
The city is ran by Democrats, the county is ran by Democrats, and they have done nothing to stop the crime.
Former President Trump met with Ukrainian President Zelensky in Trump Tower. Harris met with Zelensky. She ran away from the press and read off of a script. Trump faced the press, answered questions, and they just gave a statement without reading a script. And Trump literally said to him, "We have a great relationship. We also have a great relationship with Putin." To which Zelensky responded, "I hope we have an even better one."
Translation: he ain't getting no more money if Trump get in office.
In other words, Trump said it doesn't. The war doesn't make sense.
And it doesn't.
You're not going to win it anyway, so it's time to go ahead and settle up and get this behind us. Yeah. So in other words, I know you, I know him. You guys are gonna get in together in the room and work this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody's acting like if that happens, like the United States is over, and they're trying to present it that way. But like I said, every way you say ain't always the only way.
I think most people are tired of the Ukraine war because it doesn't make sense to them.
Well, one thing that was brought up, I'm curious what you think about this BGS. One thing that was brought up in one of those videos I saw was how, so if the idea is to constantly bleed Russia dry of all its resources, everything, even if the sanctions would have worked, essentially all you're doing is pushing Russia closer to China in the sense of you're making them dependent on China to the extent that they would be a vassal of China. But not a vassal, but you get what I'm saying. They need China for a lot of different, to sell the oil to do all this stuff with.
They have, Russia has been with China since China bailed them out in 1995. That's what the SEO was about, okay?
Yeah, but has the power dynamic been exactly the same?
Hold on. So everybody knows that Russia is in China's camp, okay? Even the neocons. The thing is, Russia has the military, okay, that China does not. And so they can't go directly at China with Russia having China's back. So they have to debilitate Russia first. Okay, that's what the Master Blaster theory is. Okay, in other words, the second biggest military on the planet has China's back. China has the biggest manufacturing base and economy. Okay, what it doesn't have, what its weakness is military. So you have to take out the guard first. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, well, that was never gonna happen. Well, this war in Ukraine doesn't do that no matter what.
Not anymore. I actually explained this almost 3 years ago. Okay, like 2.5 years ago. Okay, Russia was vulnerable because of their economy and because of their currency. It was very vulnerable to sanctions. Okay, if you can get everybody to go along with it, and so every time they sanctioned Russia, their currency dropped in half. Okay, so they think to finish the coup de grace was to get them to go into a war and sanction them, and then have the currency collapse. If the currency collapse, we're probably going to get a change in government, and then you go back to Russia of the early 1990s, which is chaos. Okay, they won't have any
Yeltsin and such.
they won't have any ability to interfere with any other kind of military action, and then according to them, they're going to go after China. So, but the thing is, they knew China was going to intercede, but they didn't think the Chinese BRICS economic apparatus would work. Dr. Marifa said the same thing. They knew what would happen. They knew that Russia would have to lean on China, and they didn't think the economic system that the BRICS had would work. Okay, and guess what? They turned it on. They said within 2 months, all this shit is going to collapse. Okay, according to them. Now, it's a big gamble. If it doesn't collapse and it does work, what you're gonna have is a flood of nations that don't want to be on your dollar system headed over. Okay, the shit didn't work. I mean, the shit worked, right? So they turned it on. Russia and China and the BRICS and everybody in Africa is all dealing with the BRICS currency now. So now we're in trouble. So now all they're doing right now is trying to get back to where they were.
Yep. Now,
like a bad gambler.
Yeah, then let's have a little fun here. By the way, y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit the Super Chat, support the show. Now, all I have to say about this one, BGS, this is an obvious red flag.
I hate men with self-respect.
I know you do.
I feel like you should let me treat you however and never leave me alone.
Yeah, that's a crazy chick.
The hell you say? The hell she say?
I do love you. I do love you. I just don't act like it.
Yep.
But you want to know your worth, and you want to, you know what? I'm not fucking with this bitch no more. That's lame. That's corny. What about my feelings? What about how
What
I
about
feel?
your feelings, sweetheart?
We don't care, bitch.
I just don't want to treat you right.
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
And just because of that, you're gonna leave me alone.
Yeah.
You damn right.
Yeah.
The punani's not enough anymore. That's what it is.
I mean, this is what's called rage bait.
That's not rage bait. She's crazy. You can see by the hair and
I mean,
the way
that
she
too,
talking.
but
One time, y'all. Goddamn.
Go ahead, AB.
Okay, BJ, I have to ask you. Is that the kind of crazy bitch you said to be in a room like you'd have to fuck her?
Yeah, I'd have to fuck her. Yeah, I just wouldn't be in a room with her. Okay, I had to fuck her.
yeah, and there's broke dudes that will tolerate that, and that's one black man.
If you get a crazy bitch with fire pussy, you know what I'm talking about.
That's a child support case.
And you gotta, you gotta take the application. That's all I got to say. My thing is, I'm not sitting here saying people shouldn't do what they do, but But when somebody busting your car up, don't come to us.
Exactly.
And
that's why that dude just say I can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so that's all I'm saying.
And Daphne Springs, she makes a whole series about her craziness. Okay.
Yeah,
is that Daphne Springs, the comedian?
Goes all the way back to
Daphne Springs. You go to her channel.
Yeah, she goes all the way back to 20. I used to watch her stuff in 2015. She was one of the main ones because she's very good at it. And it's another light skinned dude, because I was like, damn, Instagram, you just let her pull out a gun. It was fake. You get what I'm saying? And it was funny. It was funny. Yeah. And then you come now on. So I just can't believe. And she wasn't the only one that did it.
And if you ever dated a crazy chick with good pussy, that's exactly how they sound when you leave them. And they do love you. Yeah. They do love you, but they fucked up. So.
In their own crazy way.
It's just the reverse of the same thing I said with chicks. They like to say a man is a
you know the character Raven that has the demon, a father's demon living inside of her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the DC comic.
That's the crazy chick. Okay, she's trying to hold the demons from coming out.
So basically, she expects you to be like Beast Boy in Teen Titans.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that explains why her and Damien got
Good
together.
analogy. Good analogy, BJ.
Oh, I know. How do you think I know all this shit, man?
Yeah.
No. The analogy. The analogy. You know,
Yeah.
you relate the material, sir.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
relate-
That's what I know about about the demons. Yeah.
All right, now here's another.
Her
fun
father's
one.
a demon too.
Yeah, you're living inside her.
An ugly guy that comes up to hit on you and think, "Wow, it must be nice to be that delusional."
It made your day, did it not, baby? So you can put him down, so you can elevate your status. I feel better about myself now.
Do you ever look at an ugly guy that comes
I
up
mean,
to
you
hit
think
on
like
you
a
and
four.
think, "Wow, it must be nice to be that delusional"?
You know what? This ugly guy came up and tried to hit. Oh, he tried to have the nerve to try to hit on me, girl. I rejected him. So so. Did you have a balloon? Did you pop it when he came up to you?
Oh man, it was one situation where like all them chicks popped the balloon.
Yeah, we saw that. He showed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them, and the biggest thing, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but the biggest thing about that is you notice in that show, that's group thing. Because a lot of them chicks, they be popping in a split second, looking at what the other chicks are doing. They hear that pop, they just do it. And those be some of the main ones that be after the dude talk, they like, damn, I might not should have popped.
I know the thing is, black women love to reject men. That's their hobby.
Yeah, you pointed out it's a game.
It's a game. Yeah, it's a
Some
game.
people like flossing their teeth. Some people like to reject men.
Why do you think black women go to clubs? They don't go to clubs to meet men. They go to clubs to reject men.
Yeah, and that's why. And I think personally, dudes should go. A lot
That's
of
what the
dudes
balloon popping
should really
thing is.
they should be conscious to not put themselves in position. This is why I tell black women they need to date out. Black men need to start to date. That's another reason why they don't date out. Because now that shit gets flipped on there.
You know what? Why black men go to the club and try to hit on the women and trying to reject them? Because they're trying to prove their manhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds
All right.
And that's why we hear in the past with bros all the time. I ain't get bitches without no money. Blah blah blah. My motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Stop trying to prove your manhood. Okay.
Yeah, and it's funny. I remember Minister Chad was talking about you cheat the game, nigga.
You cheat the game. You cheat the game.
Yeah. Game that I'm cheating.
In other words, you're supposed to be competing who's the best man is, right? And you're supposed to be going up against the toughest opponent, right? And using the cheat code by going overseas.
Is that not a winner soldier bucket chip? I don't know. And notice
is.
that when they do it, they always are in this like hyper emotional state when dudes like even like shout out to Rogues, but they always act like they're on one that day when they want to all of a sudden litigate all this shit. It's like they're just extra, like they've been drinking that brown drink or something.
They can drink it all day long, but I've been around pimps, players, and tricks all my fucking life, and I know how the game is played and what they get out of it. So it's with a trick that's tricking. He knows he's fucking tricking, but he don't give a shit. But the thing is, guess what? A trick ain't got to put up with. Ain't got to put up with their bullshit. Bitch, I done paid you. Okay, you gave me the pussy, I done paid you. Get the fuck. I don't hear that shit. Get the fuck out of my house. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, before we continue with with that clip you put earlier, AB with the mouse thing.
Mm-hmm.
One quote really needs to be brought up. Somebody got to get a sound bite of this, a clip of this. It's Bill Duke, the interrogation scene from Menace to Society. Now you see, you know they don't fucked up, right? You know that, right? You don't fucked up. We got to bring that clip out to use every once in a while.
I mean,
let's be real. That sounds like some shit that she would have made her. Let's be real. That chick would have made her son do that. See, that's another thing too. It looked like she didn't even have a kid, so they would have made her kid do it. So when they really by themselves, a lot of them don't know what to do with themselves. That's really what that is.
Yeah, let's move on. Here's a fun one from a dyke.
You men out there that you look at me knowing you don't know what the deal is over here. You see this t-shirt? Do you see this fitted hat? You see this lineup? You know, why do y'all still do it? Do you feel like it's a challenge?
Because we can.
Yep.
Yeah, you
What
have
the
a
fuck is she
pussy?
talking
You
about?
got
In other words, you see me presenting as a guy, right? As a dyke, right?
yeah, try.
Why do you still try me? That's what she's trying to say.
I agree with her.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Do you
I-
feel like you're gonna be the champion that slays these boxers? Do you
Yes.
Yes.
think that is what's gonna happen?
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. More
Yes.
like hopefully,
Yeah.
wishful thinking. But here's
Yeah.
the thing: studs today don't look like studs used to look like back in the day. When I was in high school, studs used to look like this.
Yep. Yep.
You lied about that. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they did.
Now they look a lot like Manny Fresh. Damn.
Yep, they look like
Still a
E40.
beautiful
Yep.
girl,
E40.
Dudes fuck ugly women all the time. If a
Yeah.
dude can fuck an ugly girl, what makes you think he can't fuck a beautiful one with boy clothes on? Studs be out here thick as hell, pretty as fuck, long eyelashes, still got lip gloss on and shit. Y'all throw on a hat and a t-shirt.
Shout
and be
out
like,
to
"But
Sam
I
J."
dress like a boy." I can't see your fade and your edge up from the back. Yeah, you can change your clothes, but the uniform doesn't change your fucking anatomy. At the end of the day, a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. Think about any bad bitch. Think about Beyonce. And now think about her wearing a t-shirt and a fitted hat. She's still Beyonce. She's still getting this thing. The thing is, y'all can't be half-stepping. If you're gonna commit to the other side, you got to do a little more than just throw a fucking hat on and a t-shirt and get some tattoos and be like, yeah, what up, bro? Gotta rough yourself up a little more. Start working out, right? Smoke till your lips turn black. Grow some.
Nope. Even if they start working out, that's still ain't gonna help.
Most guys that hit on studs have fucked studs before. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm in that club.
Man,
I know some studs.
I tell you, there was what was it?
One time, Smitty
Who
Jeans,
said they in that club?
and Smitty Jeans.
Yeah. No, you never seen. I met this one girl. She was short. She wore sweatpants. She worked on cameras and everything. Dressed like a tomboy. Had dreadlocks, cut her hair short and everything. But she had a really soft-spoken voice. Super light skin. But when you took off her clothes, her body was banging because all she did was lift her hair.
But was she a stud, or she just dressed like a boy?
She was mostly
tomboy, baby.
Well, let him
A
finish.
tom-
Goddamn.
No,
Can you let him finish, please? Lord, go ahead,
I guess I
Smitty.
can read my mind.
No. You know what, Smitty? I don't know what it is. Okay. Now I was listening to them for like an hour. Okay, everything was flowing back and forth. Nobody cutting each other off. Right. Okay. When I get on here, all of a sudden all the rules change. I don't know what it is. But go ahead, Smitty.
You bring the excitement.
I guess so. I suppose, man.
It's like I'm being in a press conference. Everybody get their
Okay. Well, go ahead, finish, man. Finish the story.
But so she definitely messed with girls and everything. At the time, I think she had a crossroads where she wanted some dick, and like she basically kind of came to me after like talking to her walking past, and she invited me over her place, and like she kind of moved like a dude, played video games, smoked weed, pot, had a chill place. But she just wanted some dick because she was messing with girls for a little bit.
Every stud has a favorite dick. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite. It happened to me often a lot. There's a lot of girls that have.
Do you look like you smoke?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, that's why.
I got locks. I got locks as well. So
I know you look bohemian. You look like you smoke. So yeah, that's why.
You the original homie, real talk. You the original.
He's a homie. He's a homie. Yeah.
Tiffany like T-Dog, but until then, you Tiffany with boy clothes on, and you can get it.
Yep. This one. Well, just look at his mannerings, BGS. Who you think raised him?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You can raise a child to value $1 without making them struggle for it.
Whatever. Use our fucking vocabulary.
Elaborate.
Struggle, adversity, whatever. Trials and tribulations, whatever the fuck you want to use. Long story short, I'm not rolling the red carpet for you. So whatever word you want to use to describe that, whatever. All I'm saying is, as a parent, I'm not rolling the red carpet for you.
So you,
I don't give a fuck.
you be one of those parents that I went through it, so you got to go through it too. That's the parent you're gonna be. Not
Goddamn right.
Not me. And good thing you're not a parent yet.
Goddamn
because
right.
that is a horrible way of thinking when it comes to raising children. Your children's gonna grow up to hate your ass. I'm telling you now.
So
children
what?
will grow
They'll be
up
all
and
right.
resent you and hate you because you made them struggle
No,
unnecessarily.
You grew up with a roof over your head.
I'm gonna.
Not single father.
That sound like something that she went through and she projected. Yeah, that nigga right more than he's wrong to do on the lower right.
He's single father.
He an anti-passport.
Single father, or single mother.
Single father. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's tough.
I thought. Oh yeah, okay.
No, children need more than that. Children need more than that. And the reason, and I know you're gonna come at me for yelling, but when it comes to kids, I'm passionate about that shit because a lot of
Single
our
father, really? I thought single mother, but okay.
Nah. Single father.
parents fucked us
Single
up,
father.
and I don't think it's fair for us to turn around and give that to our kids. No, you're not okay.
And that's why the black community where we at now. Because mentality's like that. Because there's a bunch of niggas walking around thinking exactly what he thinks, setting our children back. This idea that, oh, you got to struggle because I struggled or I went through it, so you got to, like, that is so
there's a lot.
detrimental to
There's
our
a lot of
children and our community.
There's a lot of conservative guys that think that way, so it's not.
Yeah, and there's new, and that's another thing too. Like, so this is, and that dude is married. Like, he one of them married military dudes that got something to say about passport pros, but he's right.
Is he's married?
Yeah.
Military? Yes. Came out of a military family, probably.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. And he's got a pretty good chat. He's got a pretty big channel on TikTok. Actually, anyway, long story short,
he ain't, that's why I could tell by the way he's talking. He wasn't raised by a single mother.
No, and he's one of the and he'll call out women. He'll get in trouble for it. Like, he already blowing up right now for checking these chicks on some other shit. As far as this shit to gig stuff, but as far as what he's saying, the thing about it is a lot of these dudes people be projecting their own situation. It is a fact that single fathers raise better children than single mothers. The statistics are proven. So what is the goal here? Is the goal to raise functionable people, or is the goal here to basically give them all these because we already know what they get when they with y'all. They may love you, but as far as them being functional in damn society, they not it.
So was the young lady arguing, debating him? Is she married?
I don't know.
I don't believe she is.
So in other words, is she a single mother?
I'm pretty sure she is.
Okay, so in other words,
that's not the first time she was on there.
So in other words, he's just a married dude. Probably came from 2-parent household.
Right.
In the probably in the or out of the military and married. Okay, you can tell the difference. He's conservative and she's more liberal.
It's about building. It's about building character. And when you say roll, because these are the words he said. He said, I'm talking about the dude that was going back and forth with the chick. He said, roll. I'm not going to roll out the red carpet.
Yeah.
Okay. There's rolling out that's code for I don't have kids, so maybe I'm wrong. But I interpret that as code for I'm not gonna spoil my kid.
I'm not gonna spoil my kid. Yeah.
I'm going ahead. If I can do something, I'd rather them be mad at me for a minute, because when they get grown, they will respect what I did because they will be able to function out here. And it's interesting because it's actually a chick. You know, these young streamers are interesting. It's actually a black dude. Anyway, I ain't even gonna segue into that, but what I will say is shout out to the black men raising their kids on their own, because they putting out some real ones. Females too. They're putting out some good females out here too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know if you heard me earlier. When we showed this clip, Ed, I was just saying, like, basically single fathers teach their kids how to be independent, but single mothers teach their children how to be codependent. But the thing I want to say is, like, sometimes, you know, like when they say, I'd rather you be mad at me now, but later on you'll understand. First of all, I'd say I'd agree with you up to a point by saying, I'm going to put my kids through the hardship, but at least I'm going to teach them and explain to them what we're doing, because I got to give them the right instructions so they understand what's going on. It's like boxing, you know, like when you teach a kid boxing, you don't have him just throw a punch. You tell him the technique, always keep your hands up, foot placement, everything like that, so they know what the fuck they're doing, so they understand the point.
When men say struggle,
hold on, y'all. All right, now this I don't know if you heard about this one, BGS. This was actually brought up during the Oprah interview. This chick, Amber Thurman, out of Georgia, apparently she passed away because she went to North Carolina to get an abortion, and they gave her some pills, and she died from complications of the pill pretty much.
Okay.
But you know, of course, because you know Kamala's lying, they're propping up the family, saying it's Trump's fault because of, you know, alleged abortion ban.
Oh, well, yeah, of course he's going to say it's. I mean, the thing is, in Trump is He's correct. He said, kick it back to the states. If you really want abortion,
Yeah.
take it to your state legislature. So I think there's 10 of those abortion ban states. I think 10 of them have bills up for this election. So if they really want it that bad, vote it in.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
Trump's saying.
But listen to this another crazy chick's perspective.
Okay.
Say I made sure that I read everything up before I say what I gotta say. She's not a victim. She chose to have intercourse. She chose to get pregnant. And then she did not want the twins. And then she went to a doctor, took some pills, and then her life got taken because of the side effects of that said pill. That's not a victim. You can't blame the abortion ban for her death.
No.
She chose to take pills that had side effects that killed her. That's her fault. The fact that women can walk around having intercourse, get pregnant, and then play the victim is mind-blowing to me, which is why I don't believe in abortion. The fact that your family is sitting up here supporting your negative behavior, which caused your life to be taken, is why you ended up in that situation. Lack of self-accountability, and it's all Black women.
Now, just to give a little context, the mother was on the Thank Cry, and I was asking some of the same questions. Like, wait a minute, because keep in mind this lady already had a son already, so she's been pregnant before.
Okay.
I was like, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I can understand she may not have the finances to take care of them, but one of the family y'all couldn't adopt the baby.
Okay, but the thing is, she went across state lines to get these abortion pills, right?
Right.
Okay. So in other words, it wasn't sold on the street. She went to a doctor, right?
Right.
Okay. This is a side effect of an abortion. It wasn't an abortion ban that killed you.
Right.
Okay. It wasn't an illegal abortion. It was actually a legal abortion. They gave you the medication to abort the babies. Okay. And the side effects killed you. Those are the risks.
Yeah.
Side effects killed her. Not to mention she was hospitalized at the time. Isn't that correct? She was hospitalized, so she died in hospital in Georgia.
In other words, abortion is an elective procedure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
You cross state lines to get an abortion. Okay, it wasn't an illegal abortion. Same thing could have happened in Alabama if Alabama still had the same procedure, right? Same thing would have happened to you.
Right.
So the law would not have saved you, this woman either way.
Yeah.
One time.
It's sad that her life was taken, but she allowed her life to be
Her life was not taken. Her life was not
because she
taken.
chose to not be accountable for her actions. Baby, once you get pregnant, why are you going to risk your life on getting an abortion? Don't have intercourse. It's that simple. It is that simple. It's not like there was anything wrong with her body for her not to carry those twins. Okay.
Even that, like, even I agree with what you're saying, but even in her language, you're right, BBS. Stop saying life ain't. Words matter. How you phrase shit matters. I get the emotion you're trying to convey, but that's not accurate to say her life was taken. And I'm
that's probably the way the politicians are framing it.
That's true. And also her saying you don't have to have sex. It's not even that. Black women don't like birth control because they think they always believe they can lean on the abortion as their ultimate birth control. And a lot of these chicks there's a reason they trip out about the abortion. It's a lot. They're not honest about how they be having abortion.
Well, then do it the right way. Basically, your state passed the bill. Okay, you can unpass the bill if the women. Most of the voters are female.
Next video I'm going to
If you
share
get
is from Kristen Hawkins, who points out something very interesting that I didn't know of and a lot of Americans probably didn't know about. Let's listen.
So today, Kamala Harris put out a statement about the 28-year-old Georgia woman who was a single mom who died after reportedly taking chemical abortion pills with her twins, blaming the pro-life movement. They are literally trying to blame the death of 3 people on the pro-life movement because a mother chose to take abortion pills, and the abortion industry sent her on her way with no care. If you want to point the blame, Kamala Harris, look in the mirror, sweetie, because it was the Biden-Harris FDA in December of 2021, which got rid of all the regulations, the Risk Evaluation Mitigation Strategies, REMS, on chemical abortions, one of which says a woman must have an ultrasound before the abortion, chemical abortion, and after to prevent sepsis, to make sure that all the contents of the uterus, the child, the placental tissue are removed from her uterus so she doesn't become septic and die, which is what happened in this case. We don't have all the details, but I can tell you right now, those standards that were removed from the Biden-Harris administration could have prevented this young mother's death after she chose abortion.
If what Kristen Dawkins is saying is true, then why do you think the Biden administration got rid of the ultrasound regulation? Because the abortion industry knows that if a woman sees what's inside of her womb, she is far more likely to change her mind
That is true.
about getting an abortion.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do we have here? We have politicians who were pressured by the abortion industry to remove regulations to make it easier for a woman to abort her child, even if it could cost that woman her life. This is not about your choice. This is not about your life. They don't care about you. Kamala Harris is a politician. And the reason why she can go around talking about abortion the way that she does, talking about women's rights and reproductive health, is she can use that to tug on your heartstrings and tug on your emotions and cause you to be afraid. Afraid in an economy that they help to destroy. So if or when you get pregnant and you're looking at the grocery prices and you're looking at the gas prices that they help to skyrocket, you're far more likely to consider an abortion. And then if you take that all too convenient abortion pill, hey, all of the things that would have been in place to protect you that may have made you change your mind are now gone. Kamala Harris is a politician. And like most politicians, they're not beholden to their citizens, they're beholden to their donors. She has a long history of pushing policies that favor the abortion industry, not because she cares about women. If she cared about women, they would have left that regulation in place. The second thing that I want to say is that we, Black people, have allowed politicians and leaders to profit off of our lack of accountability for far too long. Our lack of accountability has become major profit. And you know how? When you lack accountability, and you can easily say, oh, it's someone else's fault. And then they come along and say, yeah, it is their fault. Because now the solution is outside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And if the solution is outside of you, then they can position themselves as the solution. We are our greatest enemies. The real issue is us and our resistance and our rejection of God. Why would you want to give away accountability? When you give away your accountability, you're giving away your power. Why would you give someone else that type of power? The last thing I want to say is that if we don't repent and come.
Okay. Yeah, she's right, but you know.
See shit like that. The thing, what I would tell her is like, I agree with a lot of stuff they're saying, but when you ask stuff like that, you actually undermine what you're saying. So, what is the goal here? Is the goal?
Depends on who you talk to. Depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
That's true, but if you're trying to talk to the majority of people, you gonna need to actually move the needle to where you're trying to go. You know, most people ain't going. As soon as you start doing that, they're gonna check out. The people you actually need to do something.
Most of your pro-life people that are leaning pro-life would take that into account. That's why she did it.
Yes.
Yeah, and what I would say to pro, and I've said this to like Sub-Zero, for example, like pro-life people is the reason you're in this situation, like we're in this state of like what it is because you think I'm right. I don't need to make them right because they're wrong. You don't think in influence. You think in as far as the culture war. You don't think in influence. You think in I'm righteous and that's all I need to be. Rather than saying you need to do things in such a way that's going to move that kind of middle group that you need to move on your side. And a lot of people,
the vast majority of Black women are what? Christian.
So yeah,
and they have abortions like a motherfucker.
They probably do, but the thing is, if you appeal,
that
if
kind
you,
of language is still
that
very
kind of
effective.
language is very effective.
Oh yeah, well, I can tell you right now, the vast majority of black women, if they want an abortion and they're Christian, they've divorced that. So saying God is not gonna stop them from doing what they're doing. So they can be that here the language and still do what they want to do. This is why 96% of black women vote Democrat, and most of them are Christian.
Yeah, well, that's
They're
true.
Christian and wicked.
The thing is, when you're doing something like that, you're not going to reach everybody. But the thing is, as they say in the Bible, right? Those that have ears to hear, let them what hear.
Hear.
Yeah.
Let them listen.
Yeah.
All right.
My thing is like I have some family members who are devout Christians and whatnot, and we brought up the whole thing about about pro-life and pro-choice, and I had to shift the paradigm of the question, because when they asked me, "Are you pro-choice?" I looked at them and said, "Bro, I think any man who uses a condom is pro-choice," and they just looked at me, "What?" Yes, as
I
in
feel that.
you know what I mean, in fam. Smitty, you know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah, my deacon talked about if you pulling out, you committed a sin. You ain't allowed to pull out. So yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but where? Yeah, I mean, but pulling out, you in there raw dogging. That's the thing. You taking a chance right there. You're playing Russian roulette.
And when you do, there's plenty of laws in place to make you accountable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So like I said, I make it a point to use a condom, and then I once even asked a brother, "What do you call a woman who is pro-life but decides not to have children for various reasons and is using birth control?" And they looked at me and like, "I'm not sure." Then I just said, pro-responsibility.
Okay.
Think
Makes
about
sense.
that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, BGS, did you get my email about Tulsi and RFK?
Yeah, I did. I haven't watched it yet though.
Oh, okay. We can do
Yeah,
that.
in those conversations, there's just and that was great what you said. But in a lot of those conversations, a lot of times the practicality of stuff goes out the window, and there's degrees to stuff, and people because they're in their feelings about it, they want to make it black and white, and it's not black and white. And ultimately, the liberals, when you try to make stuff black and white, liberals are going to win generally. And when you do that,
when you make it black and white, why would they win?
well, they either say you're either pro-life or pro-choice.
That's both sides when you think about it.
Because you said a pastor was saying if you pull out, did you just say that a pastor said if you pull out, you're sinning?
That was Smitty.
Smitty said that.
Yeah.
If he said that, I would have told him, man, please.
Show it to me in the Bible, son. Show it to me in the Bible.
Because I would have been like, because my thing.
But also, you ain't supposed to be having. The pastor would also tell you ain't supposed to be even having sex outside of marriage either.
Yeah. So I don't think because these would be the same motherfuckers that ain't got nothing to say about single motherhood.
Yeah.
I'll say this: I was young. Real quick, name. I was young when he said this. He said, "When you drop the seed, you're not allowed to pull out." Drop the seed.
In other words, the seed is valuable, and you're not supposed to waste it to the air, right? So in other words, so that's anti-masturbation. That's really what that is. Okay.
In the book of Genesis, I remember.
Yeah.
But he also said, I remember him saying when you pull out before women, he said, "No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go."
And he's interpreting something that's not there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a case to be anti-masturbation.
Now, did he ask you? Did he tell you that you're supposed to be married before you put the dick in the first place?
It was my deacon during Sunday school. I was young, so I was like single digits, but I remember him.
Yeah. Well, you're young, and he's, people interpret stuff the way they interpret stuff. So I don't even comment. So your point is what, sir?
Oh, go ahead, sorry, me.
No, I was just saying. I was just agreeing with Namor that, like, when he was saying, I was saying some people believe, like in Christianity, it's not in the Bible. I do agree with that, but like you should not pull out. If you want to go with your woman, you don't waste your seed.
It ain't supposed to be your woman. It's supposed to be your wife. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be a spouse. But the thing is, Smitty,
there's a difference.
If I can, Smitty, let me explain something. Yeah, just let me say this. And
you get 30 seconds, real quick, man, because you guys are really jumpy. You guys are really bouncing around quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. All right, 30 seconds. Smee, the reason I say what I say is first of all, I grew up, first of all, I was born and raised in the Middle East, but I grew up also in my native Eritrea. And in the early 90s, because first of all, HIV was such a huge problem, was something that would become a huge problem for us. And they had the foresight to it. They realized
give you
we
30
need
more
to
seconds.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? Okay.
No, not really, but the thing is, I'm gonna give you time to finish your thought, okay? Because remember, I lived through all this shit, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
And before that, guess what it was? It's called syphilis and gonorrhea. Okay, it's where you
That too.
condoms. So
That
anyway,
too, yeah.
we'll finish your thought. Okay.
But because HIV and AIDS was becoming a huge problem in East Africa and Eritrea, they needed to be more proactive about it. They had to start educating people safe sex and the importance of the ABCs of HIV prevention. A, abstain. B, be faithful to one partner. C, condoms. And they also had to get the religious establishments on board to spread the awareness about it. So I'm done.
All right. Okay.
All right. And I got 100. I got over 100 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit my Cash App. Support the show. Hit the super chat. Support the show. Thank you, LS, and thank you, Jules, for the Cash App. Now, this is Tosi and RFK Jr. speaking at what they call this Reclaim America event tour. This is in Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay.
Swing state.
Ooh, that's low.
You turn it up, please.
Yeah, I can't get it to go any higher.
Okay. You sure? On YouTube?
Sound like the
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't hear it at all. So. Try
another-
bring it down and try it again.
Yeah.
Since it's on YouTube, just bring it down and share it again.
This is
Okay.
Dearborn, Michigan, you say?
Yes.
Dearborn, Michigan. That's it. Oh, you got a huge Lebanese American population there. You also got a lot of Palestinians up there.
Hey,
All right.
Namor, have you ever been to the States?
One time, but I was like 7. I turned 8 years old over there. This was like the summer of 1990.
Okay.
DC, DMV area mostly.
Is that a little better?
Nope. Hold on.
Is there another link?
Yeah, maybe play it through somebody else.
No, I don't think it's going to go any louder.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe it's over at the venue itself. Maybe they were experiencing technical difficulties at the time. That's why they couldn't speak so well. They couldn't be heard that well over there.
See if it'll work through mine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Where's your time marker? 10 minutes? 13 minutes? What is it? Where's your time marker at?
15:07.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hear it?
Yeah, barely. I see what y'all talking about now.
Oh wow, yeah, it is bad. Yeah.
Like I said, I had the sound all the way up. So
Okay, hold on, let me see. Is that better?
now it's about the same.
Okay, all right.
But I see what y'all talking about.
It might be the content creators themselves. They forgot to adjust it when they presented it. They probably forgot to adjust the audio or something. Maybe
It sounds loud enough when I'm hearing it, but I see what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's a little there's something wrong. Maybe you forgot to connect something on your.
No, because I did the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, okay.
So if you find another video,
but it was some good stuff. They were explaining why they were supporting Trump, and actually RFK explained what Trump means by MAGA. He wasn't referring to the 1950s. He's actually referring to the 1960s, when there was during the Kennedy administration and some of the innovations they did during that time.
During the space race back then.
Yeah. Passage of civil rights, yada yada yada.
Try this one.
I got it.
Okay.
I doubt he was speaking about that. What Trump was speaking about that, but
You can't
Okay.
it's
you
open.
can't
It's
take
open
anything
to
the
the
man says at face
interpretation.
value.
That's a
Better?
little bit better.
A little bit better?
No, I still barely hear it.
Not really.
You barely hear it? Okay. Okay. Well,
Maybe
You
then
know
that's
what? We're gonna have to.
yeah. Okay, that's a completely different one. So
Yeah. So what was the points that they brought up exactly? Especially Gabbard and RFK Jr.
How the Democrat Party has totally changed from when they first got in, and how they don't represent workers anymore, and yada yada yada.
they've been bought out. Yeah.
Oh, they've been bought out.
Yeah, you now have knuckleheads like Bill Kristol now supporting Kamala Harris.
Yeah, yeah. This is something that I think I played a little clip on from Fault Lines that explained that. So,
Yeah.
the neocons have pretty much taken over the
Democrat Party. Yeah.
that wing of the White House. So that particular administration. So it's really about policy. It's not the whole party because Obama was not for it.
Okay.
Ooh. Thank
Master
you very
Teacher,
much.
since you mentioned,
Shout out to Mississippi Delta. Hey family, just got from training some people in early 20s. They're complaining about walking more.
Working more than 40 hours a week. I told them work the long hours while you are young, and you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dick while you can, because when you get older, man, oh boy.
what are they doing exactly? What's the job description?
I don't know. He's training. I don't know what his
Yeah,
business
what
is.
exactly is he training them? The business. How do you get past that?
If people are in the shadows, and what they do, they keep secret because
Fair enough.
Don't. I'm with BGS. Don't expose
Okay.
yourself. You don't have to, because people are listening.
Yeah.
Okay. I will
Yes.
say this though, for the young people, sometimes, because I remember I worked a 40-something plus hour week back home in Trey, and I had to learn how to be creative. Doing what I was doing and everything. I learned how to entertain myself and learn to have fun with what I was doing. See, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. If you have passion, love what you do, it's easier, It makes the time fly by and everything. But I guess some people don't see it that way, especially when you're doing certain things out of necessity instead of especially in tough times or whatnot, you can't focus. But you try to find enjoyment in anything you do. BGS, I just wanted to ask you a question. Students. Now, there is such a thing as neocons, yes.
Yes.
But weren't neocons mostly neocons were back in Reaganism and Thatcherism, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Neocons are actually come basically after neoliberals, and they came basically with Reagan, but I think they were in Jimmy Carter's thing too. So
Doesn't China go back to Nixon?
Cheney does go back to Nixon, but the thing is that the neocon, depending on who you talk to about neoconservatives actually came out of the '60s.
Okay.
We'll Bill Crystal and all those kind of folks.
Oh, not to get mistaken for Billy Crystal, the comedian. First of all,
no, the Bill Crystal, the author. Okay.
Okay.
The new conservatives. Okay. Those are the neocons, and most of the neocons used to be what they call Trotskyites or Trotskyite Marxists, yeah. And then when the civil rights came in, they all of a sudden they abandoned the Marxism, and they became conservative. Those are neoconservatives.
They basically Negroes are not standing up for us, and we have to start standing for ourselves. There's a lot of people came out of that. New school and a lot of Harvard, Columbia grads, Frankfurt School as well. A lot of their it's a mixed bag of American politics. If you start digging, it's a deep well.
It's all screwed up. So, and basically what's going on, the difference between a neoliberal and neocon, neoliberals are more like Fabian socialists, where they want to change society slowly. With economics and with soft power, and neocons believe in changing the world with hard power, like Trotsky did.
Oh might is right in a sense.
Yeah, might is right. Yeah, by force.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I know that. I know that oh too well. That might is right shit. You know.
Mm-hmm. In other words, the armed revolution of the communist revolution, changing the world uh, it- into socialism by force. Okay, those
Yeah.
are Trotskys. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
that's how come he got booted. But the thing is, those people have the same kind of same kind of idealism. But the thing is, they gave up Marxism in the '60s with civil rights, and they became
Okay.
neoconservatives.
So they switch sides afterwards. It's kind of like Oh yeah, I see what your point is. I see.
Mm.
I wanted to bring up one example, but I can't use that one. But there's when you talk about like revolutionary things, I just think about like the coup of '74 that took place in Ethiopia. That took place.
It could have been. It could have
And
been them.
yeah, and also I remember Somalia had a coup like that October 26, 1969. They went
Really?
communist after that yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait.
Yeah, because the coup. By the way,
And
you know,
most of the neocons were anti-socialists, so it became
Oh.
anti-socialist after that. So
Yeah.
that's become Salvador Allende in Chile.
Allende.
That was the first one.
73. And a
Yeah.
year and a day after that, that's when the coup in Ethiopia took place. It took place
Yep.
the day after.
Yeah, and you probably could find a whole chain of coups and stuff like that after that. After Allende.
Mm-hmm.
Probably helped financed by America and probably sponsored by the CIA.
For fear, because they wanted to keep, whatchamacalls out of their backyard and such.
Yeah.
Reds out their backyard.
Yeah.
Especially keep Cuba isolated and whatnot.
Yeah.
Ooh. History can be such a cruel mistress at times, but quite a teacher.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm. I mean, you learn new things every day. Thank you, Albert Einstein, for that quote. The day you stop learning is the day you begin to die.
Yeah, but if you go look at PBS's Frontline's interview of Victoria Nuland, she tells you how far her and Biden go back. They go back as far as like '92.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Her name was not even mentioned in a lot of public spheres unless you were in the Beltway.
No, unless you're in the Beltway, unless you in the mix, yeah.
Yeah, because I had
she's-
never heard of Victoria Nuland until she became part of the Biden administration.
I had heard of her in kind of with in the first Obama administration, because she was in there with Samantha Powers and
Yep.
Susan Rice
Yeah.
and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
where I
you're
heard of
talking
her.
about two of the four women who were that archetype for the 0 Dark 30 woman.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's like it. People underestimate how many of these women in DC have a lot of influence.
Mm-hmm.
They all come out of the same schools, usually like Hopkins, maybe Georgetown,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Harvard, and they did foreign service overseas. Maybe had some military, connected families, but they want power and they want to be able to say, I can wear the pants, and I can knock some shit down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very effective, but they're ruthless. Like they didn't get to the top by just being pretty.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
You gotta remember, Hillary Clinton grew up being a conservative.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a Goldwater girl.
She's a Goldwater girl. Yeah.
Hillary Rodham.
It never goes away.
Yeah.
Strange bitch, fellas.
Nah, that's right. If you look at Bill Clinton was a Democrat, a Dino, Democratic name only.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh.
He's white dude from Arkansas.
I couldn't help but laugh when you said that.
That's the right turn. Democrat name only.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, a Democratic name only, yeah.
Mm.
You know what? You know who's missing to this discussion? Dr. Ronald Neal. If he was up here, there'd be quite a. We would really get really lively about this.
Yeah, Dr. Neal needs to stay out of this right now because.
Ronald Neal, okay.
Yeah, He didn't stay out of this
Chilling
kind
in
of
the
stuff.
background
Yeah.
listening.
Oh, okay.
He
Fair
probably
enough.
is.
Fair enough.
He probably is. But the thing is, yeah, he's an academic, and he's not at a state institution, so
Yeah.
he's got to.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Wake Forest. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, BJS,
Workforce.
if you notice my avatar, sir,
Okay.
if you can blow it up for me, AB.
Let's see where you're at.
I'm the one in the top middle, right next to you.
Let's see. That should do it.
Yeah, this took place on the morning of September 12th, 1974, 50 years ago. This is the
Okay.
coup that took place in Ethiopia. And there you see Haile Selassie being escorted into a Volkswagen Beetle to be imprisoned.
Okay. Yeah.
So just to let y'all know. There's another picture.
And,
I posted this.
And the Rastafari were born.
No, the Rastafari were born when he went visiting Jamaica years before this.
Okay.
And Rastafari get their name from his original title and birth name before he was crowned, because Ras is a feudalistic title, which means head of an army, and Teferi was his actual name.
Shout out to Andre.
No, Andre wouldn't understand that, I don't think.
Basically, Andre thinks he's part Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually an area in Ethiopia called Sheshemenye, and that you have a Rasta settlement there, and you have people who've been living there for decades. Although it's been difficult the last few years,
Yeah, but are they ethnic Ethiopians?
No, they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are protected.
Boom, boom, boom.
No,
So how would a descendant of the slave be? Unless some real quirk of fate, be Ethiopian.
Well, there are some, because of the British and the Dutch, French, and Portuguese, how they went around and colonized a lot of Africa, or went inroads. There are some small pockets where you can find East African DNA and stuff like that, but as an overall, it's not a big Yeah, the Wayans brothers, right? Their father is Malagasy.
Yep, that's common.
Right? Malagasy. Oh, Madagascar.
Which is not it's not common in America, but it's like, that's an interesting little
BGS, your thoughts on the infamous Kamala's grandmother, baby, whatever.
Well, the thing is, okay, if you're gonna my thing, if you're gonna publicly call somebody running for office a liar and a fraud, okay, don't rely on the internet and Ancestry.com to prove it. Get your ass on a plane and go to where they are and talk to the people that are there. Talk to the relatives and see what they say. If you're gonna call somebody a liar, you got to prove it. That's my thing. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Jules, on the Malagasy, I'm saying it's coming from people in Virginia. You'll see a lot of people in the Virginia area, and some of the I would say Northern Carolina, because I think they said that's where the concentration of them went. And it was, I wanted to get back. It was interesting. They talked about a lot of the slaves. Like there's this dude named Gala Jack, who was from the Congo area, Angola. And they said his journey actually took him to Zanzibar, and he was enslaved over there. Then they actually traded him back over to the United States. It's like how this slave trade happened. That's really interesting. That's how Moraine boxing got over in Madagascar, because they were doing capoeira and matches like that from the people from the side.
Yeah. But the odds that you come from Jamaica and you have Ethiopian DNA are pretty slim.
Yeah. It's slim.
There's another example I can think of, something like that. It's in Brazil. Due to the Brazilian martial art, a lot of Brazilians they say "Eu sou Angolero," which means I am in Angola, because many of them have this affinity for Angola. Afro-Brazilians, many of them believe they came from Angola. However, if you ever check out the traditional animist religion called Candomblé, which is similar to like Santeria in Cuba and whatnot, in various places. Yeah, in some places they use Yoruba, other places they use different other languages, West African languages. So that tells you where in Africa the people whose origins actually come from.
Well, a lot of times you can find from the last name that you got when you're in this hemisphere, you can trace it from the captain of the ship or some of the people who might have owned parts of your family. You can find out where the manifest was, where they picked you up, and then who insured it. And then you could find that's where they typically traveled because they were ordered or they were instructed that this is where they should get their next shipment, right? That's how my grandfather found part of my family's history coming from Benin, right? Because they found like a Frenchman from this region who was the manifest was that they were supposed to get people from this town that they had relationships with, and then they found this name tied to this manifest, tied to this location, and there were records over there that we were able to get. One of the big problems in the Caribbean and Central America and North and South America is that there's been a lot of revolutions, so a lot of those records wind up getting destroyed over time. And so you have to have like backups within backups within backups, and it's not conducive to that. So there's some records that still exist, but you do have to do the footwork. I mean, you have to go to like local registrars.
I've mentioned this before. Like you know the show Who Do You Think You Are? And in one particular episode, they had Blair Underwood in it, and Blair was able to take a DNA test, and he was able to trace his ancestry on his paternal side to a certain tribe in Cameroon.
Makes sense.
But but here's the strange thing: the DNA sample they found, they also were able. One of the people who donated their DNA for such genetic research and whatnot in Africa is a Cameroonian who's a distant relative of Blair Underwood.
Okay.
And then so in the show you see him, and he took his father to go to Africa because his father wanted to visit Africa. They end up coming back to not just the country, but they end up meeting this man who's their distant relative. And they end up returning to the ancestral village of their distant ancestors. And his father was just overwhelmed just to know where, at least he knows where in Africa he came from. You see, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson was able to trace his ancestry all the way to Gabon, and he was able to acquire Gabonese.
Just like those dudes too. Like the phenotype was
If you look at
Morgan Freeman, he found out that his ancestry is Fulani. Forrest Whitaker, he took the DNA. Yeah, Fulani. He has also folks in.
I gotta check.
Morgan Freeman.
It wasn't just that. He got his ancestry because he went to the International Jazz Fest in Mali. So, and I know some of the Fulani are in Mali, but he also had Mandinka ancestry because I'm not jazz blues. Blues come from the Mali Empire Mandinka people because the way they played their string instruments. And if you look at his face, he looks just like a lot of the people in Mali at the that play. I forgot the name of the traditional music. That it sounds just like blues.
Griots and such.
Yeah, it's related, but they
those are stereotypes.
Yeah, but I'm blanking on the names of the like they're like guitars and everything because you remember they went up and influenced the Spanish. That's why Spanish is so good with guitars. But a lot of the blues chords come straight from Mali, from Mississippi in Alabama.
Ali Farka Tour. He was doing that.
You're right.
A big run with a bunch of American blues artists, but he brought out Malian instruments and
there you go.
I want to say he did like this is probably 10, 15 years ago. He did some stuff with like Buddy Guy and B.B. King, but it was like you could see this guy who was from African village, whatever, but he was an accomplished musician. But you could see the influence right from there to American Black folks. He did some stuff with Europeans as well, but like it was like distant cousins coming together. And
most of Black American music is influenced from Central Africa and in the Mali area, because blues and R&B and everything, the way that we will sing is familiar to the West African Muslim group, because that's where because like the Gala Geechee, which I'm actually doing research on, and I think I might be Gala because I showed up my great grandfather from Savannah, Georgia, but a lot of the ring shouts is a mixture of Central African, Igbo, because there's a lot of Igbo right here. In like the Muslim populations of northern West Africa. That's when they say it. Also, Namor, I know you're talking about this. We all had them a form of Anglo. I'm sorry, my apologies. We also had a forum called Knocking and Kicking. It's like the sister martial arts to capoeira that comes from Angola and everything. So if you search up knocking
Okay.
and kicking, it's they still practice it. If you had BMP up here, that's why I really need to ask him, because if you had BMP up there, he could explain it more if he was willing. But it's like a secret martial arts with the secret societies of the Gala Geechee people, where it's
Okay.
literally it's Angola, basically capoeira but North American style and everything. It, so that's one interesting fact that I found it, and I was doing research. If you go to is it Martinique where they have
Martinique.
lamb? Yeah, Martinique. They have lamb.
Oh no! Wait. Lamb. When you say lamb, you know what comes to mind when you say lamb?
Is a
There's
wrestling
a
one?
type of it's a type of wrestling
Yeah,
that they
Senegal.
practice in Senegal and the Gambia.
Yeah.
It's big. It is
Yeah,
big.
well, you know how they mix the names together. So what that happened,
True.
lamb and Angola mixed together. So when you see them, they, they don't do the kata or I'm sorry, the jinga like they do in
Jenga.
capoeira. Yeah, that's more exclusive to Brazil. But when you go to like other places, including North America, they do a half a jinga, and it's more feeling. Then they add more wrestling to it, so they kind of mix them together and make their own MMA martial arts. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to really go down there and see if I can go find out if my people really got Geechee or not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
One thing you might also consider, Smitty, when you think about the history of capoeira, there's two styles of capoeira. One's called capoeira de Angola or capoeira from
yeah,
Angola. That's the traditional low grounded stuff, but the acrobatic stuff that was created in the 1920s, and that's called the capoeira regional or regional capoeira, because in Brazilian
yeah.
Portuguese, the R is pronounced an R at the beginning of the name is an R at the beginning of a name or a word is pronounced like an H, so they say regional, and that combines the traditional Angola style with another martial art called batuque, which is more like striking and everything. And there's also
Where
no,
did
there's such a
Batuke
thing
come
called
from?
batuque.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
wondering where
necessarily
did it come.
exactly sure, but look for a man. But the name you should be looking for is a early 20th century capoeira master. His name was Mestre Bimba, Bimba, or his name was Manuel Dohesh Machado. He's the one who created the regional style that includes all the flips and acrobatics and stuff and the fast-paced music.
See,
It's
I,
really
I'm
interesting
I'm
stuff.
I'm I'm wondering because I heard that before, but also in learning about a book and reading through a book called Fighting for Honor by Dr. T.J. Desh Obi, and
Okay.
his hypothesis that it came from having what do you call it, herd cattle and everything,
Cattle
and
herding.
them trying to, yeah, cattle herding and so defending. So it's like regular martial arts. Capoeira, it was inspired by the like the Giselles and Paulas and everything that I can't remember the actual name of them in Central Africa, the type that they had. But them leaping and everything. So them doing the martial arts thing, they talked about. He said that goes back to them learning how to make the martial arts and striking and kicking from watching like Dare and like impalas and everything when they were hunting them.
Antelope and such.
Yeah,
Yeah.
antelope and everything, and dodging their cattle when they would strike at them. That's what I heard. And the kicking and everything, they because it's called play Angola. It's not called fighting. It's play Angola, and that they basically involve that into Central African warfare. People don't know Central African warfare. Like the Portuguese were getting their ass kicked until they had to make allies. Because what they would do, they will fight in like more commander positions and wider strength, wider gaps. So if you notice a lot of Central African weapons and warriors, they wouldn't wear armor because it was too hot, and they would usually use the environment to fight. So jumping up trees and climbing everything. That's how they would.
Hit
That's
and
how they would get
move, stick and
around.
move.
Yeah, stick and move. And
Similar
with
to what the Germanic tribes were doing in the Teutoburg forests as well.
yes,
So yeah, I see
exactly.
what you
Yes,
mean.
because it's so dense. Yes.
In
So
the dark, hitting
one,
you from various angles and move.
yeah. So until the Portuguese adopted those tactics, they had trouble. But they had we know them as Colombos and everything. I forgot the actual name of them in Angola, but they would employ those where they build a
Quilombos?
station in enemy camp.
Quilombi.
Yeah, there you go. They will build them toward the enemy camp and everything. Same thing with the Maroons and a lot of the Florida
Obrigado,
Maroons.
Julio.
But they will do that stuff. But we've been talking about this for a while, so I'll let AB continue.
Yeah, this is a fun one. While Democrats are signing bombs, Trump's over here paying for people's groceries.
With his actual money.
Here, it's going to go down a little bit. It just went down $100.
Thank you so much.
We'll do that for you from the White House, all right?
Thank you.
All right, bye. Nice seeing you, everybody.
God bless you.
Beautiful. They're your kids?
Yeah, they are. 3 boys.
Perfecto. Perfecto. Perfecto.
Meanwhile,
Dang. I thought you were joking when you said they were signing bombs. No, they really are.
How many of those congressmen are also Republican?
if I'm not mistaken, that's the governor of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that is
Shapiro. Oh,
Yeah.
and BGS just disappeared like the ghost he does. He's such a ninja master. The smoke bomb. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, by the way, Smitty, since we're talking about like ancestry of slaves and whatnot, look at what most slaves that came from East Africa. They were sent to to the Middle East, but they would go as far. But some of them ended up as far north as the Caucasus. Like if you go to like parts of Georgia along the coastal areas of the Caspian Sea. No, not the Caspian Sea. Sorry, the Black Sea. That's where you find some of them. But if you head to Iran, and Iran doesn't like to talk about this, but they do have a black community there. Afro-Persians. The majority of them come from Ethiopia, mostly ethnic Oromo and Gurage. Gurage are a Semitic ethnicity, while the Oromos are Cushitic ethnicity. But many of them have been persified throughout their time there. And in India, some of there's a people called the City. They are descendants of African slaves. And City. In parts of India, in Eastern.
In the southern, isn't they in southern Eastern?
No, that's in it's more like around the Delhi Sultanate and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the thing is where this Delhi Sultanate was, but in Western India. But a subgroup of them were people called the Habshi, and the reason why they call themselves Habshi is because Habshi is derived from Habasha, which means Abyssinian, because these were slaves who were brought from Ethiopia. They believe that they trace their ancestry to Ethiopia, and one of the from them was a usurper and military general from the 16th century called Malik Ambar. He was an Oromo. Some people argue he might have been an ethnic Maya, but he was an Oromo who was brought all the way to India. And while he became a slave, he managed to learn and become. He was assimilated into the society, but he was able to rise to prominence and become a very skilled and tactful military general. Many Indian generals and whatnot who went against him, they had to, admire his guile, his strategy, and his fierceness in combat. But these are certain people that people don't even talk about. But this is history that people don't even talk about. Hell, even in Turkey, they don't want to talk. They have a hard time dealing with their Afro-Turkish community, many of whom who've been marginalized. But one was a man named Amit Alatai, something like that is his name. He was an Air Force fighter pilot ace for the Sultan Air Force during World War I. People forget during World War I, they had black fighter pilots who were great combat aces for all countries.
I mean, history is extensive. it's extensive. There's always stories that you'll find and everything. Just like the Black Condor, who was African American that fought, and it was the personal flyer for Haile Selassie, his personal pilot, and he taught Ethiopians how to fly. I forgot his name right now.
Well, yeah, they regularly, any type of movie you see, they regularly ignore what happened in the Middle East, North Africa, and Southern Europe, because a lot of Black folks were stationed there, and they had to seize that area, basically they had to remove Mussolini, Franco from power, right, and then weaken it up, soften up Europe, so that when they launched the offensive from England, they could do it and take on Germany headstrong, right? And a lot of Black troops are there. So you start looking at where the Montfort Point Marines were. A lot of the naval armadas and stuff were going through the Mediterranean. That's where a lot of African troops were. African troops, not just Africans, but also Indians, right? They had a lot of Indian troops that were in, like from the sapper units. They had East Africans. They had continental Africans. Like there were a lot of people who fought in World War I and II who were not.
They don't talk about the
white
Brazilians.
Europeans.
They don't talk about the Brazilian troops that fought.
They like to focus on D-Day. And the craziest thing is, on D-Day, the Americans didn't even have the hardest beach to conquer. It was the Canadians, right? Like, this is a bunch of shit that they really narrow it down and try to, it's a mess.
I'm gonna type this name in the back. Smitty, I'm typing this name in the back so you can.
Okay.
I'm gonna type this name in the back so you can understand about Afro Turks and whatnot. This man was a fighter pilot ace for Turkey during World War I. Let me get his name for you.
All right, I'll type it. My thing is, like, that's why, like, Franco Harris. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I use him perfect example. His mother is straight from Italy after his father fought in World War II. Brought her back to Jersey. Yeah, straight Italian. His mom was straight Italian woman and everything. And like they talk about the was it World War I or World War II? I think it was the black. It was a community of black mixed parents, Black American men and French women that had a whole community of soldiers. I think I'm going to say it was World War
World
I.
War II.
It was World War II. Okay, yeah, it don't exist because they mixed in now or anything, but like they talked about it a lot. Like, yeah, that was a whole community, and they had certain privileges in everything. So like the influence, especially in Japan as well, people don't really even talk about the island hopping that they made Black soldiers do in Japan. They know about France and Italy because, well, I'll say a lot of mainstream because that movie Spike Lee did about what's it called, Miracle at St. Anna's or something like that, where those Black soldiers were stationed there. That's why people really know about it. They don't really talk about how Black soldiers were really in Japan and everything.
Yeah, I mean, because if anything, we were I don't want to say meat shield like that, but that was more so in Vietnam War, but too. But yeah, I mean, again, it all comes down to sexual politics, white men and Black women. You know, so Black women pass down the culture. Obviously, white men are not going to pay no way to the airwaves on stuff like that. This is another reason why it's very important for Black men to take control of their own media, their own communication apparatuses, which is why I champion that so much. Even with the dudes that you see, your Shannon Sharps and stuff for the world, you know, even history. I mean, people are going to tell the narratives that benefit them, and we're just basically looking for the truth. But you gotta remember, a lot of people are incentivized to lie, and I think even Black men, for some reason, we have this thing where we just don't think our women are gonna lie to us. Like, I'm talking about the average Black man. It's like they think that's your mama lying to you.
I hear you. Yeah.
To the point where even when Black women have these bits of telling the truth about how they feel about you, it's always an individual incident. It's never like, okay, this is a pattern erupting. You know,
this is a systemic thing. This is how they tend to act. This is why we should be a little more. Yeah.
This is how they act with you. I mean, they may crash out with other groups, like even that shits and gigs shit. Like, hey, everybody went. Some of them eventually got around to it, but they went out of their way They went out of their way. Yeah, I almost burnt my house down, man, trying to fry some chicken. By the way, but
Damn.
Shout out to him
they,
frying some chicken late at night.
Yeah,
oh
because
yeah,
a
y'all
lot of
lying.
women love that shits and
Ooh,
gigs because it's like for them it's like their imaginary boyfriend who can give them inside bit. They get like a version
With
of
their
what they
British
think
accent.
men talk about in like locker rooms, but in like a very sanitized way.
yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my god, this man didn't stand up for us like we imagine black men would do in a locker room." And it's like
Jules.
most of the time, not really having that type of conversation in a locker room. Like,
The thing
it
is,
was
the
In their
Andrew
own
Schultz,
types of blue hell.
I'm gonna say the Andrew Schultz conversation. I had that before, and I'm like,
I've had that
hey,
before, but like normally those guys can get shut down real quick. You
Yeah.
recognize what they're trying to do, and these guys, that's not that's not what they're trying to do with their platform. Like he
No.
kind of flipped a bunch of bullshit on them that they do
they're
Twitter
from the UK. They don't
reactions for
understand.
like Bob Saget, America's Funniest Home Videos. Like, they're not trying to talk about black women, white women. They're making like very goofy, like we're gonna read stupid stuff and giggle and
Rest
sit
in
there.
part about Bob Saget because you know
They are from.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bob Saget from 30 years
But
ago, not Bob Saget now. You know what I mean?
But they are from the UK, and black. It's amazing. Again, they went out of their way not to say nothing about Andrew Schultz. Eventually, because he kept talking, you know, they said something. Even a lot of black men had addressed it. There was addressed on female. It's like y'all want all the like. First of all, black men are not supposed to protect your fucking ego. What you don't understand about quote unquote protection when it comes to other men is there is a personal. When I say personal, I mean like men have their own reasons for doing it. It's not in service to women. It is a woman is an extension of himself. And when you spend all this time talking about how you don't need no man and you don't belong to black men, then you get upset. Why would black men protect something that doesn't belong to them?
Right.
And
Exactly.
even with this Angel Reese shit, you know, she wants to say, "I'm gonna go get me a white man." Then go get one.
And
You got a black boyfriend that you sharing pictures with and shit. Like, let's stop. Like, it's black men really got to start calling these motherfuckers bluffs. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, I really yes. And like, look, if these women want to be, if they think their life will be happier with a man that does not look like them, more power to them. I like. I don't have any animus.
Jules,
just do what you need.
Jules, I just found out my little cousin got married to a white dude. I was like,
Good for her.
whatever.
Good for her. Good for her. Oh, the wedding was nice. They got a toast out there.
And her older sister's married to a white dude, and her brother's married to a white woman. I was like,
Yes.
Listen, I had cousins that dated Korean dudes that dressed like niggas. I had cousins that date straight up laced white dudes. Had Jamaican dudes. They dated everything. Funny, the straight laced white dude. My one cousin had to get a restraining order because he didn't want to be out of sight and everything. So I'm like, y'all pick men. I don't even know how y'all pick men because no matter where you go, you find it's like y'all like the dysfunction and everything. Like that.
Well, no, they actually believe in that men like bitches thing. They really believe that. And
yeah.
Part of that is like women self-sabotaging each other. And like I've dated several black women who really love that type of thing. Like they want to try and get under your skin as a way to get you to fight for them. And the biggest regret I have is having sex with them in spite of that, just because I was younger and horny.
You didn't know any better.
Really, just it rewarded them for bad behavior, and I really don't think they should.
Exactly.
That's the biggest
right there. You nailed it on the head.
Well, my thing too is here's the thing: date who you want, but stop having this trying to use this fake ass moral high ground while you date. Why you like basically what black women want to do is have the ability to, if they choose to, seek out other groups, but then black men only date black. Like that's bullshit. And you now even have women that will absolutely try to say that, like even in their own families. I remember this one. I still got this clip where she said, "Yeah, man, black women in my family, they date white men, marry white men. We got this.
We don't care."
Hold on, that's not. But the point of the video was she was saying, "But when a black man dates out, we just can't deal with it. This was more of a life." I said, "I'm keeping it real with you. I'd have to piece out of that family. If my family was like that, oh yeah, we don't talk. I would not put no resources into that, no investment into that, because that's really how they want it, and they don't want to say that because they understand how that sounds. So they only say it when they on some kind of crash out type of energy. But when you're sitting here worried about who Bronny James, like it's to the point where I remember they were jumping on Ricky Smiley's nephew. They were Bronny James, like they'll jump to 15, 16-year-olds if they're famous enough and say, why are you doing this? Why? It's like, bitch, why do you care? Like, what in you thinks you have the valid point of saying that? But see, they never do that. You know, they literally got mad at Simone Biles when Simone Biles was dating that Brazilian boy that looked white. It was all cute, all this, all that. Black men was like, okay, whatever, she's on that train. And it wasn't even nothing to really say. And then all of a sudden she get with Jonathan Owens. Now y'all just care about Simone Biles. She ain't worth it. I'm like, Jonathan, if you look at who she actually dealt with before, he's the best that she got. The fuck are you talking about? Oh,
there was another guy before him. There was another guy before him.
This is where the middle of the roaders even had to jump off. Like when the TikTokers, even some Jews, to their credit, apologize. When that black chick was with that black Olympic chick that won, was with that white boy, and she jumped on him and all that. By the way, some shit you ain't never seen Simone Biles do with Jonathan Owens. All of them was celebrating. It's like it's very obvious. Say what you want to about social media. People feel, especially if they're anonymity, the veil of anonymity allows you to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And
I mean, people used to say that, like, no, it's just the internet. And it's like, yeah, it's just the internet. People get to really let them.
Macro situation, it gives you an idea where they at. And y'all can say it's just the internet. I'm not saying you, but when they say that, that's a fucking deflection. Y'all know good and goddamn well it was just the internet until Trump got elected. It was just the internet.
It lets people let their inner demons out without having judgment thrown upon it. And you can see like the worst stuff has been said. I mean, there's been a couple ladies who've been critical of this space who've gotten out there, and it's just like, Jesus.
Oh yeah,
I can't listen to them personally, but they're disgusting.
People keep telling me, "Oh, they let Cynthia G back." I'm like, "Let the bitch back. We'll cover the bullshit."
You saw my girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta be petty for a little bit.
Yeah, you saw my girl out there doing the flips and shit. She was flipping better than anybody up in there, for real. Oh, thank you, babe. Take off her medal. What? Take off her damn medal. That is Simone Biles' medal. Why are you acting like this is your accomplishment? Bro, it ain't even like that, light skin. I'm just supporting my wife. Damn. You are a narcissist and a gaslighter and a bad husband. And I took a gender studies class in college, so...
And we don't give a shit.
I know. I put my gold medal on him. I said I put my gold medal on him, as I did for the rest of my family. Well, look, I just think that... Hey, shh. Hey, before you start, sis, I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart that I don't fucking care, bitch! This is why I hate social media so much, because you bitches get way too comfortable telling me how to live my fucking life. When I say things like I'm the greatest gymnast of all time, and is on God, y'all call me cocky. And when I say that I love my husband and that I stand 10 toes down on a stepladder for my husband, y'all say that he's a bad man and that he doesn't deserve me. Bitch, how the fuck you know? Y'all are way too comfortable telling me how I should live, what I should do, and who I should be with.
AB,
Fuck
pause
off,
for a minute.
girl, we just care about you. You should try caring less. We're not friends. And we sure as shit ain't gonna be friends now. Bitch, where's that music coming from? Don't fuck with us. 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 Don't try me, ho. Don't try me, ho. Don't try me, ho. Don't try me, ho.
Hey, real quick, Edward. Two things I tell women when they see black men interracially dating and everything. Two things I tell women. I say one. I copy you and say I said good. Find a better store. I said date out. And I'll say yeah, because we ain't shit. We the worst and everything. And they said no, that's not true. Or when they talk about like Bronny James or anything, I would tell them this. Like when they see with white women or any other racial woman, this will get them mad. I said you gotta compete for black men. I said, what the fuck you mean? Like I would tell just normal women that ask me questions, so you gotta compete. You say you love us and care for us. For somebody you love and care that you see is valuable, you gotta compete. They get so mad when I say you gotta compete and fight for your man.
We're not
Hey,
free.
I love that.
We're
yeah,
not
real
free.
quick. Hey, real quick, Smitty. The LeBron James situation. That's how I figured out I was getting old. Because when I first saw that, the first thing that popped in my head, and I said it online, like, "Yo, leave that young man alone. Let him date who he wants." Then I thought about it for a minute, like, "Oh shit, I am that old."
I mean, yeah, I
Older.
mean, my thing
Go
is,
ahead.
y'all talk about minors. No, I hear what you're saying because I'm 30. So I'm about to be 38 in a few weeks. I
I
get
was
it.
like, "Oh shit, I am older than daddy. I am that old to calm down."
What hits me up is
Go
the
ahead.
two things that hit me up. Number one, how old some of the people that you know when we were coming up, they were older than us. They're getting like the celebrity, like how
Yeah.
many bitches crossing in the 40, and then some of this language these be using. I'd be like, oh god. So yeah, I hear
A
you,
lot
but
of
yeah,
dumb shit.
yeah. But the thing about it is, look, at the end of the day, y'all can
Mm-hmm.
do they can do what they want to do. Y'all can feel how you want to feel, but ultimately only the weak, it's getting to the point where only weak niggas and weak mentally niggas buy into that. Either them niggas are broke, them niggas are not your select niggas, or they're making money off telling you what the fuck you want to hear, but they moving different. Because that's a lot of them niggas. They'll tell you what other niggas should do, but they moving completely, they moving like the fuck niggas y'all don't like. And y'all are just getting older. So y'all sitting here talking about what you ain't gonna deal with, what you ain't gonna compete with. Like you saw what that black brick chick did, whether you want to believe her or not. Like let them chicks that really want to date black men on the UK realize, oh, these motherfuckers do date us, and we ain't gotta be super light, super pretty. Like
Don't
let
think
dudes start opening up. I don't care. I'm not saying what you should do.
that. No, I'm joking.
But I'm just saying the main point is black. You do have to compete for black men. Like there
Yeah.
are other groups. Like this idea that y'all are. I know. You, and here's another thing. The reason why black women say what they say is mainly because they hate. I know that doesn't make sense because they're like saying we hate ourselves, but they project how they feel about themselves on the black men. And once you really
Exactly.
That's what it is from the get-go, right off the rip. They're projecting onto us what they hate about themselves. They project onto us how they feel because they think we are the same as them in a sense, but they know it's not true.
well, we are. I mean, we're black, and they talk
We're
about
black, but here's the thing: but we're not equal. We're not the same in the sense that black men and black women, they're women. We're men.
yeah, I get that, but like what they're that's not the same. That's not what they're really looking at. What they're looking at is they don't want to be black, and it's to
They don't want to be
varying
black.
degree, but they don't want to be black. So it's not about what because see once you go into your train of thought, now it becomes what men are not doing. And that's what they love to keep the place because it gives them an excuse to do it. The reality
Exactly.
is you feel a certain type of way about yourself. And for instance, Jonathan Majors. Now, Jonathan Majors getting Sexy Man Alive, all this other bullshit. All these other groups are looking at Jonathan Majors. This is one reason why they took him down. Black women talk about he got slave features. Now, you know good and goddamn well that if a black man would have said that about a black woman, yeah, and this is not, no, black women have recurrent, they say it now. He got slave features.
Don't
He got
we
a slave
technically all got slave features though? You
but
want to be for
and
real?
this is not one video I've seen. This is in the comments. You look at any time they're hating on him, you will see people saying it's like black women. He got slave features. I don't know why y'all think he attractive. And I'm like, wow.
He's got the mug of a toddler. He looks like you look at his face, especially when he looks at a certain way. No, when I look at him, he's just like it's like looking at a toddler. He looks like a 2-year-old in a sense. Like he got all that baby fat,
Well, again, it's I don't even go that deep into it. It's like this is a projection. They are projecting. Like this is how they view themselves, and they're comfortable saying that when it comes to him.
That's anti-blackness in itself. Having slave features means you look very African, like you have higher African looks.
And this is what a lot of other races of women, and even though they be on some bullshit too, when they say what they say, they not on the up and up. But a lot of times they'll say, you bitches say the crazy or black conservative and time be holding black women accountable to this. Y'all will say the craziest shit, but because you saying it, it's okay. Why is that?
You get a pass?
What's going on, Lewis?
Because they created the whole universe and there's another God.
They never have an answer for that. Like when you say some crazy off the wall shit, it's legit. But even like with this shit again, I'm like the same bitches bitching about that. Y'all listen to Shira 7 and shit she say. Y'all are listening to shit. Apparently, according to accountable commentary, fucking Paris Milan is low key selling light skin soap, skin bleaching soap. Yeah, you got to go
Get the fuck out of with that bullshit.
Hey, that's what my chat was telling me. More than a few of them. They even sent me a video, but it's private, which is on his Patreon. And I've seen some of his Patreon videos. He be showing receipts. When he say some crazy shit, he be having the receipts for it from Nate channel. The few times
So she's peddling some Fair and Lovely type soap shit. I'm like, get the fuck. First of all,
basically, they're going against Chrissy and Paris are going against them like exotic, like the women that claim to be exoticals, and that's what's going on over there.
So the airheads spreading light skin bleach skin.
What the hell is this exotical shit? Somebody explain this to me.
Hey, what's going on, Louis?
Light skin bitches that want to act like they got color girl problems. So they're like, we have problems too. Like we have to be loyal to both races. I'm like, bitch, that's not
what the exotical movement.
The exotic. What's that term mean exactly? Is it a derogatory
mostly
term?
Biracial women that are gold diggers / prostitutes. That's
Shout
going
out to
out to get the bag. Because I have all their stuff from Clubhouse. I follow them on Clubhouse.
Okay.
All the exoticals.
Yeah, you would know.
That's what it means.
Louis,
you and
I just realized something.
The work of God, man, because I couldn't listen to all that bullshit.
And it's funny because at the end of the day, here's the thing: a lot of these dumb bitches don't understand when y'all play that prostitute game. Bitch, you got 12 years. You got 12, 13 years. Like you got really from the time. Like if you talk about white boy dudes with money that you getting real money from, even if you started 18 years old. You really got 10 years, if not less than that. You start, it's like playing in the NBA. I don't give a fuck how good you think you are. You're going to get phased out. And most of y'all ain't going to have a LeBron James career. Shout out to Derrick Rose retiring. Most of y'all are not going to be it.
Oh, you finally retired? Okay.
And all it takes is for you all to get pregnant one time and y'all not getting that real money. And then if you get pregnant, now all of a sudden, y'all trying to get pregnant. Like this is one shit that this dude is getting clowned in NFL because he's like the third baby daddy. This shit got like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my point is most of y'all are not. Look, she played the game. Them niggas are dumb. That third nigga is dumb because you knew what you was dealing with. So my thing is, she played the game. It is what it is. Y'all not gonna wind up like that. Look at how Brittany Renner had a lot more visibility than that chick had. And look at where she wound up, just $2,500 because that book fucked her up. Most of y'all are not winning like that. So most of y'all are just going to have experiences that y'all can try to sell to other niggas why they should, like square niggas, why they should pay for you and shit.
But Edward.
So I say that to say this. They don't think long term. They think like be exotical forever. Bitch, you gonna be look at Ashanti got lucky. Look at Maya. Look at Ebony K. Williams. Look at what's her name? Fuck the chick from Girlfriends. Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Look at Vivica Fox. All these chicks are light skinned and look at how they going out. These are chicks that look a hell of a lot better than most
look
of
at
you.
Tia Mowry.
You think these white boys don't? You think these white boys don't know who you are and what you there for? You think these white boys don't give a fuck up? You ain't even white. Like they don't give a fuck, and a lot of them don't fuck about white bitches.
That's what Andrew Schultz basically said.
But Edward, I think they blocked themselves in a corner, and I think honestly they came to terms that all they are resound to be is a fucking prostitute because they know white men don't want them. They villainize black men so much, but through their all their rhetoric, they just resound the fact that I'm gonna be single, and I might as well use my sexuality to get this money while I can.
Cool. And
they know they're not. They know they're not marriage material.
Any of you all that watch like Star Wars or you all watch the Naruto trilogy, yeah, you get one generation to play that game, not even a full generation. You play then what's the next generation? Who you gonna be? Like who you gonna be in the next generation? I'm not even talking about different women. I'm talking about you get not an NFL career. You get like an NBA career. The average NBA career is like 7-8 years. You get an NBA career. After that, you gotta live the rest of your fucking life. And the difference is, this is why women, and what are they doing? What are they doing, guys? Oh, if you're 50, if you're 45 years old, you're dating 29 years old, you're a pedophile. That's what they're doing
Edward?
now.
But hey,
Edward, let me sum it up for you.
Can I say something right quick?
Yeah,
No, go ahead, Louis.
Go ahead, Louis.
I said this on Art's panel last night. I really think this is nature's way of calling out the herd.
Ooh.
Through the no. Look,
I like it. I like it. That's why I'm laughing.
These women are the bastard products of feminism, and I think it's a divine way of wiping out this generation. Because there's going to be a bunch of people. Look, let's be honest. It's going to be a bunch of women that's not going to be married, and it's going to be a bunch of single mother raised males that's too emotional, effeminate, and hypermasculine. That's not going to be productive in society, and they're going to be wiped out too. This is nature's way of correcting this feminism shit.
They're gonna crash out. I mean, the thing is, they already, again, you see white women talking about if you date, they trying to age police motherfuckers now, but they never talk about the women. Oh yeah, they not gonna go out without a fight. It's gonna be funny. See, like, you see how they feel about JD Vance. A lot of these white chicks don't like his ass. Tommy Lauren and them, the conservatives, because they really feel some type of way that you parading this darker skinned shit in their face. Her success, your success, they it's funny.
What they gonna do about it?
Yeah, black men and black women, you know. I just don't understand.
Tommy Lauren's still around?
Yeah, she's still around.
That Bimbo's still around?
She's still around.
Why are you talking to them young? Yeah, well, bitch, why would you deal with them old in the 90s?
Edward, if I know you're a basketball head, and you might remember these two names: Karl Malone versus compare him with Robert Parrish. Do you know what happened to either man in the final season of their respective careers?
No. What happened?
First of all, Robert Parrish parted ways with the Celtics, and then what happens? In '96, he
went to the Hornets.
No. Robert Parrish did not go to the Hornets. In '96, he signed a one-year deal with Chicago, with the Bulls. And then he was part of the team that went 72-10 in the regular season and won a championship. And he ultimately retired with a championship ring at age 42. Now, as most women think they're going to have the longevity of a Robert Parrish, but most of the time they're going to come up short like Karl Malone did when he joined the Lakers back in 2003. 2004 at the final, they reached the finals. They were close, but
you just can't tell them shit, and you just gotta understand that these women, they when they're young like that, you really, it's not even a point talking to them unless they demonstrate, they actually listen to somebody. Because the thing is, now they think they're gonna be a streamer, and some of them will win. Some that's not true. Like
small victories.
2% of them will win. And I'm being nice saying that. But most of y'all, it's like the lottery. Some people win the lottery, but some people is in like a 0.00000%. And even then, you got to
excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know what's
that time anyway. But
I had to stretch. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you know what's going on about.
I got a little sleepy.
Fresh and Fit.
No, I don't watch them. I'm
didn't they get in a fight or something?
They losing their bag for real. Like apparently Fresh went off on Myron.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
What?
I'll be honest, Ed. I unsubscribed from them. I just don't keep up with them anymore. I wasn't watching them anyway, so I was never impressed by them to begin with it.
I'm
Yamharka.
Oh wait, you don't speak my mother tongue. Excuse me about that, Smitty.
Is anybody watching? Because I don't watch.
Me.
No.
I don't mess with that shit. But when I've seen some shit of theirs, right? And when I look at Myron, because Myron's from my neck of the woods, East Africa, that is. So his mannerisms and stuff, I've seen that type of person. I've seen that type because there's certain you know, him being Sudanese or whatnot, there's a certain stereotype there that he lives up to. And his antics and mannerisms are that.
So
That too. But the thing is like, you know, I see how he's talking about that shit, and like, and him identifying as an Arab and whatnot. I understand where that comes from.
Yeah,
the colorism and everything, because it reflects.
Well, the thing with the Fresh and Fit thing on Myron's end, and I can see why Fresh will pop off on him is, you know, people may pity Fresh or may make fun of Fresh, but Fresh is not really the one driving all the hate. Yeah, people make a video on him, you know, trying to do that car scam or some of his internet stuff, but Fresh doesn't drive the consistent video. They said Auburn Preach has 70 videos on Fresh and Fit on their channel.
That's how I know what happened. That's the only way I know what's happening when they making fun of them.
And so 7, and people say, "Oh, that's crazy." Well, it makes money.
No.
Like, go type in Auburn Fresh. If you know that Auburn Preach, if you know that every 1,000 views you get $4, just go type in Auburn Preach. Go to their channel, type in Fresh, and just leave it at that. You'll bring up all and just count up how many views they're getting. And I promise you, it's probably enough to I can see, just like when O'Shea was going back to the Pearl Well. There's a reason he was doing that. And it's a business. They don't really care. Myron drives that engagement that justifies doing that for whatever reason. Fresh does not drive that. Myron drives that. And so a lot of the stuff they have to deal with is more. And by the way, a lot of the original interviews that they got, that was Fresh that got those interviews. Myron, because Myron ain't the type of motherfucker that's gonna put himself in a position where his ego can't shine. It's just not in him to do it. Fresh will do that though. And I'm not even trying to big up Fresh, but Fresh is one of these guys that he'll just fall on his face 1,000 times until he finally hits it. And there's a certain amount of respect I'll give to people like that, because there's a lot of people that won't do that. And that's why when people think, well, why is Fresh still there? Shit like that is why he's still there. Otherwise Myron would have been did what he wanted to do. But ultimately, I would definitely argue Myron fucked up their bag more than Fresh. Fresh may have fucked up his own bag.
But he's the main star. Fresh is. Myron is the main star. That Fresh just usually for the most part tags along. Goes along. Sorry.
The thing is, if Myron could do it on his own, he would. Like Myron, Myron didn't blow up until they got together. Because I remember a time where Myron had, and to be fair to Myron had about 60,000, 70,000 subscribers before they connected. Because it was Solo that connected them, Solo TV 84 that connected them. And so he did have his own thing. Just like how people forget Kevin Samuels had 80,000 subscribers before he ever was talking to a bitch about anything. And people forget that shit too. They like to act like he just y'all
came out of nowhere.
I mean, and so at the end of the day, people don't really remember the history, but ultimately, it's a lot of people that do what they do now. So their stuff isn't as novel, and they do what they do a little bit better than what they do. And when I say better, I mean it's more YouTube friendly, but can kind of still have the bullshit. Like the Whatever Show does it a little bit better because they still have the fuckery, but it's not that fuckery that YouTube is like, yo, nobody can see that, and there's other like that hate. There's other shows. So it's kind of taking out their market share. And quite frankly, they're asking too much from their audience too. They're at $35 a month. Man, please.
And taking shots and shaming people. Let's not forget that for not donating. I'm like, hey.
Well, there's a lot of people who've done that, but that doesn't help because it's kind of like you playing that broken game. Andrew Tate can play that game for a reason, because part of that game is they respect Andrew Tate. They respect what he's been able to do, where he came from. Even white people do. That's like their ideal. He looks just white enough for them to kind of play with that illusion. Myron,
he's passé blonde, first of all. That's the thing you got to say
about Tate. Speaking of which, gentlemen, this episode of Colosseum Night has been brought to you by Sweet Sassy Vote Blue Sauce. Now with extra sassy blue juice. And this episode has also been brought to you by My Name Little Dell, huh? My name Little Dell. Leave Kamala alone. Hit the cash app, support the show.
Oh,
Hit
yeah,
the super
shout
chat,
out
support
to
the show.
That sauce, by the way, is a AB. Are you guys gonna get a hickory flavor one soon, or a malt one later down the road?
I'm trying. It's not going to be hickory. I'm trying to think of a word for it.
You trying to think of something?
You got sassy. What about what about passive, with a passive flavor?
No.
You know. All right.
Yeah, what's that?
You gonna be?
Rappers.
Go ahead.
One of them Houston rappers said, "Man, of course I'll vote for Kamala." He's not mainstream. I mean, he's not mainstream now, but he was for a while.
Bun B?
No, not Bun B. The other one. He built a lot of houses. He said, "Of course I'll vote for Kamala."
Some thug.
Yeah. Why y'all not voting for her, supporting hold the black woman down? I'm like, y'all niggas, boy,
Hold the
y'all
black woman down. Hold the black
Unless you
woman
change these
down,
niggas'
man. Get the
temperatures,
voice right.
I don't listen to most niggas' politics anyway, so I'm like, all right. Wait, first of all, him owning houses and her being in office is actually not a good thing. Him redoing houses and she's fucking up the economy. I don't know. I don't know if the housing market is going to be the best thing for you.
I mean,
with her.
I love how black men go out of their way. They just go out of their way to declare their love for black females. Like, it's like we gotta notice how black women don't never gotta prove that they fuck with us. But we it's like a fucking, like when you are renewing your car registration
Insurance.
every
that too,
year.
yeah.
Afraid of the black bitch. You gotta take a test to make sure and how many genders are there? You know, like what they doing in school now. How many genders are there? And then you say 2 and you get that wrong. I pull my kid. Yeah, my kid coming out this fucking school right now.
Yo, speaking of which, this whole nonsense, this whole thing regarding what Vice President Harris identifies as and everything. Does anybody remember when Tiger Woods referred to him as a complication or something?
It was combination.
A combination.
Yeah.
Oh, he's complicated now. Or as Eddie Griffin said it, after the scandal came out, he said, "Well, it's complicated now, man. That motherfucker got his nigga card accepted nowhere. But yes, you can identify as this or that, but at the end of the day, how does the world perceive you? They see you as one thing and one thing only."
Well, I mean, even still, because at least he said he was mixed. But yeah, he got a nigga wake up card when that white woman basically did domestic violence. Because they talk about, because imagine if you would have flipped that and he would have found something and then she would have like grabbed her. Even like all of a sudden he would be a monster. So yeah, when you let him hit you with clubs like that, but he took his licks, yeah, you're right. But with Kamala, I mean, shit, motherfucker, you got fucking Candace Owens talking about, yeah, well, now I want to know if she's black. And I'm like, coming out of your mouth, that shit's funny. But
it is. I gotta be petty. We have to have a little fun here. For those you don't know, this is Michael Eric Dyson, and he's in deep shit because of this picture, because he called this woman a racist and still begged her to take this picture.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did he call her a racist to her face?
Yes.
Okay.
And she did in that situation. I don't blame her. I'm racist, but you're in my DMs, motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah. Look where his hand is. Look where his left hand is.
Yes. Well, not only that, let me see. Do I still have it? Yes, I do. There you go.
Is he wearing sneakers?
Yes.
What is it? You can't put the orthopedic insoles in his loafers?
Shout out to BGS for this video. He said, I dare somebody to put this picture up and then have the simp soliloquy, so I decided to do it.
This morning. For little girls, for aunties, for grandmothers, for wives, for partners, for lovers, for teachers, ditch diggers, engineers, around the way girls, to presidential candidates,
We black men who have too often failed you, who have too often not said the right thing at the right time, who have been vulnerable to the claim that we have forgotten what you have done for us, the magnificence of your service to our people, the beauty and power of your spirit at times when we flagged. We remember all the remarkable things you have done and beg your forgiveness for us not standing up for you when times were tough or when no one else was in the room to defend you, to assert the legitimacy and validity of your personhood. Please forgive us. But no more will that occur. And so the other night, Keith Boykin and I were on CNN trying to be respectful to the congresswoman who insisted upon misnaming, mispronouncing.
Yeah, he's doing all this simply because Nancy Mason mispronounced Kamala's name, but yet he's still taking this kind of picture with her. I'm sorry, I can't listen to that simp soliloquy anymore.
AB, I don't blame you.
Hey, you know, he says he likes dark meat and sneak and try to get some white meat, you know, that's all. But on that note,
Yeah,
I gotta get up early.
I'm about to shut
I'm
down.
about to-
So.
Thanks for having me up. I enjoyed it. I was actually off tonight, so I decided to come up.
Hey,
thanks for coming up, Smitty.
Hey, thanks
Go
for
ahead.
hey, it was fun chopping it up with y'all. Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, and name I looked
Louis,
up some pilots and those names actually. So yeah, I'm gonna do my research. Thanks for the info.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'd
man.
like to
Stay
thank
safe.
everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm going to bed. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.